welcomes hundreds of millions of travelers each year, offering some of the most affordable attractions that make global travel possible. These budget-friendly destinations give you the chance to experience unforgettable adventures without overspending. From the colorful city life of Dushanbe, Tajikistan, to the historic wonders of Baku, Azerbaijan, here are the 100 insanely cheap travel destinations in the world. 100. Belmopan, Belize. Belmopan is the capital of Belize and one of the smallest capital cities in the Americas by population. The city feels calm and open, with wide streets and plenty of green spaces. At the center of Belmopan, the National Assembly building stands out with its Mayan-inspired design. It's a key landmark that reflects Belize's cultural roots. Nearby, Market Square brings a different energy. On Tuesdays and Fridays, the square fills with local vendors selling produce, handmade crafts, and goods that show the everyday life of the community. The city also has open parks and shaded areas where you can take a walk or simply rest. If your timing matches the Belize Agriculture and Trade Show, you'll experience the largest fair in the country. The event features exhibits, food, and entertainment that draw people from all over Belize. 99. Cartagena, Colombia. Cartagena de Indias sits on Colombia's northern coast, facing the Caribbean Sea. The city is filled with history and character, and every area offers you something different to experience. The walled city is one of Cartagena's most striking areas. Walking along the thick stone walls gives you wide views of the ocean and the city below. Inside the walls, you can move through streets lined with colorful colonial buildings. The Palace of the Inquisition stands out here, showing you a closer look at the city's past. Not far from the historic center, Castillo San Felipe de Barajas rises above the city. This fortress was built to protect Cartagena, and its tunnels and ramparts show how carefully it was designed for defense. Moving outward, the neighborhood of Getsemani brings a different atmosphere. Its streets are filled with street art, and Plaza de la Trinidad often becomes the center of activity where people gather in the evenings. If you want time on the water, you can take a boat ride to the Rosario Islands. These small coral islands are surrounded by clear water, where snorkeling and diving let you see the reefs and marine life. Cartagena also has places that feel more hidden, like the Bazurto Market, where you experience the sounds and colors of local life. Higher up, Convento de la Popa offers quiet courtyards and gardens, along with views of the city. 98. Brasilia, Brazil. Brasilia, the capital of Brazil, was built on the Brazilian highlands in the central west region. At the center of the city is Praça dos Três Poderes, or Three Power Square. This plaza is surrounded by the Presidential Palace, the Supreme Court, and the National Congress. Here, National Congress is one of the city's most recognizable landmarks. Its two towers and twin domes make it stand out, and guided tours allow you to explore its interior while learning about Brazil's legislative process. Close by, the Catedral Metropolitana de Brasilia shows a different side of the city. Its crown-shaped design, created from 16 curved concrete columns, is unlike any other cathedral. Inside, stained glass windows fill the space with colorful light. Lake Paranoá provides a change of setting within the city. This large artificial lake stretches along Brasilia, offering boat rides, water sports, and quiet spots along the shore. 97. Cape Town, South Africa. Cape Town, on the southwestern coast of South Africa, is a city known for its striking setting. Table Mountain is the city's most famous landmark. Here, you can take a cable car to the top or hike along one of the trails. From the summit, you see wide views of the city and the coastline stretching far into the distance. Close by, the V&A waterfront offers a lively spot to spend the day, where you can walk along the harbor, shop, or try different restaurants. Boulder's Beach is another highlight, known for its African penguins. Watching them move across the sand and swim in the water is a unique experience. From here, you can head to Bokop, a neighborhood filled with brightly painted houses. Walking these streets lets you learn about Cape Malay culture and the traditions that continue today. Farther down the Cape Peninsula is Cape Point, where the cliffs meet the sea. This area has dramatic views, hiking trails, and lookout points that make the drive worth it. If you prefer something quieter, Beta Beach in Bakoven offers calm waters and views of Lion's Head. Also, Chapman's Peak Drive winds along the coast, giving you some of the most scenic ocean views in South Africa. 96. Wellington, New Zealand. Wellington sits at the southwestern tip of New Zealand's North Island. One of the highlights is Te Papa Tongarewa, the Museum of New Zealand. Inside, you can explore the country's history, culture, and natural environment through interactive displays. Not far from here, the Wellington cable car gives you a short ride uphill, where wide views of the harbor and city open up. At the top, the Wellington Botanic Garden provides a quiet space with gardens and walking trails. Down by the water, Oriental Bay is the main beach. Its golden sand and waterfront promenade make it a good spot to rest or enjoy a walk by the sea. A short distance away, the Parliament buildings stand as one of the city's most recognizable landmarks. Touring the Beehive and the surrounding buildings offers a closer look at how the government operates. If you prefer the outdoors, the Southern Walkway takes you along the rugged coastline, where the trail gives steady views of the ocean and shore. 95. Busan, South Korea. Busan, located on the southeastern coast of South Korea, is the country's second largest city and a popular destination for both Koreans and international travelers. Haeundae Beach is one of the most famous spots in Busan. The long sandy shoreline is perfect for sunbathing and swimming, while the view of the Gwangan Bridge adds to the experience. Gwangali Beach is another place to enjoy the water, and the illuminated bridge at night creates an impressive scene. Gamcheon Culture Village offers a different experience. The hillside is covered with colorful houses, and narrow alleyways guide you past murals, small shops, and art galleries. To see the city's connections to the sea, Jagalchi Fish Market is the place to go. As Korea's largest seafood market, it's filled with vendors selling freshly caught fish and shellfish. For a calmer setting, Byomyosa Temple sits in the nearby mountains. The temple grounds feature historic buildings and a peaceful environment. Another highlight is Tajikistan Park, known for its cliffs and ocean views. The walking trails here head to lookouts where you can take in the scenery along the coastline. 94. Porto, Portugal. Porto is located in northern Portugal along the Douro River and surrounded by hills that shape the city's setting. As the second largest city in the country, it combines history, culture, and views that make it a place worth exploring. The historic center, recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is a natural starting point. In the Ribeira district, you can walk through narrow cobbled streets lined with colorful houses. The riverfront is filled with cafes and restaurants, making it a lively spot where you can pause and take in the atmosphere. From here, the Dom Luís I Bridge is easy to reach. Walking across its upper or lower level gives you wide views of Porto and a close look at its detailed ironwork. Nearby, the São Francisco Church stands out with its Baroque interior, covered in gold carvings. Just a short distance away, the Palacio da Bolsa, or Stock Exchange Palace, opens its doors through guided tours. Inside, you'll see lavish rooms, with the Arab room being the most striking due to its intricate design. When you cross the river to Vila Nova de Gaia, you get a different view of Porto's skyline. This area is also the starting point for river cruises that pass under 6 bridges, offering a unique way to see the city from the water. If you want a calmer pace, head to Foz do Douro, where the river meets the Atlantic Ocean. Here, you can enjoy sandy beaches and seaside promenades. Another highlight is the Serralves Foundation, a space that combines a contemporary art museum with gardens. 93. Split, Croatia. Split, on Croatia's Dalmatian coast, is the largest city in the region. The city feels alive with energy while still holding on to its ancient roots. Its starting point is Diocletian's Palace, an ancient Roman complex at the center of the Old Town. As you walk through its narrow streets, you'll notice shops, cafes, and homes built into the palace walls. The peristyle, with its grand stone columns, serves as a central gathering space, while the bell tower of St. Domnia's Cathedral rewards you with wide views of the city and sea. Beneath the palace, the underground halls stretch out in stone passages that give a sense of the scale of this ancient site. From the palace, you can move straight toward the Ria Promenade. This waterfront stretch, lined with palm trees, cafes, and restaurants, is perfect for a relaxed walk while watching the harbor activity. When you want to see Split from above, Marion Hill rises just behind the city. The forested trails lead you through pine trees up to the Telegrin viewpoint, where the view of the Adriatic and nearby islands is clear and open. If you want time by the water, Bakvise Beach offers shallow, sandy shores. It's one of the few sandy beaches in the area and is popular for enjoying the lively seaside atmosphere. Not far away, Sustiban Park offers a peaceful setting on a peninsula, with sea views and the ruins of a medieval monastery adding to its calm character. To experience the city's connection to the sea, the fish market, known as Pescaria, shows the day's fresh catch and a lively market scene. And just outside the city, Klis Fortress stands high on the hills. Walking its medieval walls gives you a close view of Split's history, along with wide scenes of the surrounding area. 2. Banjul, Gambia. Banjul, the capital of Gambia, is a city that is compact but filled with places that connect you both to daily life and the country's past. A good place to begin is Albert Market, the main center of trade in the city. Walking through, you see rows of stalls stacked with fabrics, crafts, fresh food, and spices. From there, you can shift to the National Museum of Gambia. The museum highlights the nation's story with displays that cover early times, colonial history, and independence. Just nearby, Arch 22 rises high above the city. Going up gives you wide views of Banjul and the waterways around it. If you want to spend more time outside, Abogo Nature Reserve is close to the city. The walking trails here bring you through natural surroundings where you can see plants and animals. Moving farther out, you can explore places that feel more hidden, like the stone circles of Senegambia, a UNESCO World Heritage Site that holds rows of ancient stones that show the work of people who lived long ago. 91. Gothenburg, Sweden. Gothenburg, on Sweden's west coast, is the country's second largest city. Liseberg Amusement Park is one of the city's most popular stops. Here, you can ride thrilling roller coasters like Valkyria and Helix, or enjoy the gardens and seasonal decorations that change throughout the year. Not far from the park, the Haga district gives you a different atmosphere. Its cobblestone streets are lined with wooden houses, and the cafes are perfect for a Swedish fika. Peaceful escape, the Gothenburg Botanical Garden offers a wide collection of plants from around the world. From there, the Gothenburg Museum of Art adds a cultural highlight. Inside, you'll find Nordic and international collections. Another landmark is the Fish Church, or Fisheskorka, a seafood market designed to look like a church. Inside, fresh fish and shellfish from local waters are sold daily. Universium is another favorite spot, with its rainforest zone filled with animals and aquariums featuring marine life. A short boat ride takes you to Avsborg Fortress, where you can walk the stone ramparts and see views of the harbor. Meanwhile, Slottsskogen Park provides large green spaces and has a small zoo with Nordic animals. Now, I know you're getting excited about all these amazing places to visit, but if you're eager to travel the world to explore new locations, cultures, foods, and much more, while taking a breather from your everyday life, you also know it can cost you quite a lot of money. With the Travel on a Dime ebook, you have the opportunity to make the most out of any place you visit without overspending on your travel budget. From finding the right flights and hotel deals to money-saving tips during your trip, it's the perfect guide to help you travel like a pro, ensuring you have a great experience while saving hundreds of dollars on travel. Get your copy at thediscoverydestination.com. That's thediscoverydestination.com. Use code DISCOVER5 to save $5 off your copy. 90. San Luis Potosi, Mexico. San Luis Potosi, located in central Mexico, is both a state and a city known for its variety of attractions. In the city, the historic center stands out as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. At the Plaza de Armas, you can walk among colonial buildings and see landmarks such as the Baroque Templo de San Francisco and the detailed Templo del Carmen. Moving outside the city, Cerro de San Pedro offers a different atmosphere. This historic mining town still holds the remains of its old structures, and walking through them gives you a look at its role in the region's past. Further east, La Huasteca Potosina is one of the state's highlights. This region is filled with waterfalls, rivers, and caves, making it a popular place for outdoor activities. For a quieter option, Mexiquitic de Carmona gives you a small mountain village setting. Walking through its streets offers a simple way to enjoy daily life while connecting with the local community. 89. Zibo, China. Zibo is a city in central Shandong province known for its strong ties to history, culture, and nature. One of the best places to start is Zhaokun Ancient City, which dates back to the Ming and Qing dynasties. As you walk along its narrow streets, you'll notice traditional wooden buildings and stone pathways. From there, you can move on to the China Ceramics Museum, which highlights Zibo's long role as a center for pottery and porcelain. The museum holds a wide collection of both ancient and modern ceramics. If you want to spend time outdoors, Yuanshan National Forest Park in Boshan District is a popular choice. The park is divided into different scenic areas where you can walk among a variety of plants and see a few old relics along the trails. 88. Xi'an, China. Xi'an, the capital of Shanxi Province in north-central China, is one of the country's oldest cities. The Terracotta Army is the best-known attraction. thousands of life-size clay soldiers, horses, and chariots were created to guard the tomb of Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of a unified China. Each figure has unique details, making the entire site one of the most remarkable archaeological finds in the world. Not far from the museum, the ancient city wall surrounds the old part of Xi'an. This wall is among the largest and best preserved in China. Moving inside the walls, the bell tower and drum tower stand near the center. Another area that draws attention is the Muslim quarter. Its narrow streets are lined with food stalls and shops, making it one of the busiest parts of the city. South of the city center, the Big Wild Goose Pagoda rises as one of Xi'an's most important Buddhist sites. Built during the Tang Dynasty, it was created to hold sacred texts brought from India. Close by, the Shanxi History Museum highlights the region's past with artifacts from many dynasties. Outside the city, Mount Hua offers a very different experience. Known as one of China's 5 sacred Taoist mountains, it's famous for steep trails and dramatic peaks. 87. Porto Alegre, Brazil. Porto Alegre is the capital and largest city of Rio Grande do Sul in southern Brazil, with plenty to see and experience. Parque Farroupilha, often called Parque da Redenção, is one of the best-known places to spend time outdoors. Not far from the park, the Guaíba River waterfront offers wide views of the water and skyline. Moving back into the center, you'll find Casa de Cultura Mario Quintana. This pink building was once a hotel where the poet Mario Quintana lived. Today, it's a cultural center filled with theaters, galleries, cinemas, and libraries. The Porto Alegre Public Market is another must-see. Built in 1869, it has more than 100 vendors selling food, goods, and local products. Also, the Usina do Gasômetro is worth a stop. Once a power plant, the building now serves as a cultural landmark where you can see art exhibitions and performances. 86. Ohrid, North Macedonia. Ohrid is a town in southwestern North Macedonia that sits on the slopes of a mountain. In the town, Lake Ohrid is one of the oldest and deepest in all of Europe. You can swim in its clear waters, take a boat ride along the coast, or enjoy a walk on the wooden boardwalk that stretches over a shoreline. On the cliffs above the lake, the Church of St. John the Theologian at Canio stands out. This small Byzantine church is one of the most photographed sites in Ohrid. A short walk uphill brings you to Samuel's Fortress. Built in the 10th century, the fortress still has stone walls that you can walk along. From the top, you see the town below and the peaks that rise in the distance. Not far from the fortress, you reach Plauschnik. This archaeological and spiritual site combines ruins of an early Christian basilica with the restored church of Saint Clement and Panteleimon. Deeper into the town, you find the ancient Macedonian theater of Ohrid. Built around 200 BCE, this Hellenistic theater has been well preserved, and you can still walk among its rows of stone seating. Another important site is the Church of Saint Sophia, built in the 9th century. Inside, you can see frescoes from the 11th and 12th centuries that remain clear and detailed. If you travel to the southern end of the lake, you reach the monastery of Saint Naum. Founded in the 10th century, the monastery rests on a rocky bluff with wide views across the water. Closer to the town, the Bay of Bones Museum shows life from long ago. Built on wooden platforms over the lake, this open-air site is a reconstruction of a settlement from the Bronze and Iron Ages. 85. Shiraz, Iran. Shiraz, located in southwest Iran, is known as the city of poets and literature. Just outside the city, Persepolis stands as one of the most important sites connected to Shiraz. Once the ceremonial capital of the Achaemenid Empire, this site is filled with towering columns, wide staircases, and detailed carvings. Exploring places like the Apadana Palace and the Hall of 100 Columns gives you a clear sense of the empire's scale and design. Back inside Shiraz, the Nasir al-Mulk Mosque, also called the Pink Mosque, is one of the most striking landmarks. The intricate tilework and calm setting make it one of the most memorable sites in the city. The Vakil Bazaar offers another side of Shiraz. This covered market, with its long archways and alcoves, has been a center of trade and life for centuries. A short distance away, the tomb of Hafez provides a peaceful place to pause. Hafez is one of Iran's most loved poets, and his resting place is surrounded by gardens where people gather to read and recite his work. Iram Garden offers another calm escape. Known as one of the finest examples of a Persian garden, it features tall cypress trees, a graceful pavilion, and a reflecting pool. 84. Tartu, Estonia. Tartu is a city in southeastern Estonia along the Imajogi River. It's often called the cultural and intellectual center of Estonia, shaped largely by the University of Tartu, the oldest and most respected university in the nation. One of the best places to enjoy nature is the University of Tartu Botanical Garden. This garden is among the oldest in the world and holds more than 10,000 plant species. From there, you can spend time at the Estonian National Museum, a modern institution widely regarded as one of the finest in Northern Europe. Its exhibits cover Estonia's culture, history, and traditions. The city's central gathering place is Tartu Town Hall Square. The square has a trapezoid shape, framed by classical buildings painted in bright colors. The pink town hall is the main landmark here, while the fountain with the kissing students sculpture adds to the space. Afterward, you can head up Tomb Hill, where the ruins of Tartu Cathedral overlook the city. These medieval remains are surrounded by a green park. Close to the cathedral, St. John's Church offers another glimpse into the past. This Gothic-style church is decorated with hundreds of terracotta sculptures. If you're seeking something more interactive, the AHHAA Science Center provides hands-on exhibits, live science shows, and a planetarium. Also, the Tartu Toy Museum displays toys from different times and places. Walking through its collections shows you how toys have changed over the years. And 83. Nizwa, Oman. Nizwa is a historic city in northern Oman, resting on a plain at the base of the Hajar Mountains. The city is known for its preserved heritage and is often used as a starting point to explore the surrounding areas. The most well-known landmark in the city is Nizwa Fort. Built in the 17th century, it's recognized for its large circular tower that dominates the skyline. When you climb to the top, you get clear views of the city and the nearby peaks. Inside, the fort holds a museum filled with manuscripts, artifacts, and exhibits that show the history and culture of Oman. Right next to the fort is the Nizwa Souk, filled with the smells of spices, fresh produce, and frankincense. As you walk through the rows of stalls, you'll see silver jewelry, pottery, and handmade goods. You can also try Omani halwa, a sticky sweet that is one of the region's specialties. A short drive from the city brings you to Jabreen Castle. Built in the 17th century, it was designed as a royal home and a place for learning. Inside, you'll find rooms decorated with Islamic calligraphy and ceilings painted with detailed artwork. Another important stop is Bahla Fort, which is one of the oldest and largest forts in Oman. Its towering walls and sheer size make it an impressive sight. Walking through its passageways and open courtyards gives you a strong sense of what life was like in a fortified oasis settlement. 82. Nagoya, Japan. Nagoya, located in the central region of Honshu, is one of Japan's largest cities. Nagoya Castle is one of the city's most well-known landmarks. The stone walls, tall watchtowers, and wide moat reflect its role in the age of the samurai. Inside, the Honmaru Palace has been carefully rebuilt, showing the daily life of feudal lords in vivid detail. Outside the palace, the Ninomaru Tejen Garden offers a quiet walk through seasonal plants and ponds. Moving from the castle to Atsuta Shrine, you enter one of Japan's most important Shinto sites. The grounds are shaded by tall cedar trees that create a calm setting. Here, you can step into the Bunkaden Treasure Hall, which displays swords and artifacts that reflect the shrine's long spiritual role. For a more modern atmosphere, the Osu shopping district is a lively part of Nagoya. Lawn-covered arcades are lined with shops selling everything from fashion to antiques, along with street stalls serving local snacks. At the end of the arcade, Osu Kannon Temple stands as a reminder of tradition in the middle of a busy shopping area. In the Sake district, the city's modern side is easy to see, like the Chubu Electric Power Mirai Tower, giving you a wide view of Nagoya from the observation deck. Next to it, Oasis 21 has a glass roof called the Spaceship Aqua, where water flows across the top and glows at night under bright lights. Nagoya also highlights its industrial roots at the Toyota Commemorative Museum of Industry and Technology. Here, you can see demonstrations of textile machinery that launched Toyota's success and learn about its growth into a car maker. If you want more time outdoors, Higashiyama Zoo and Botanical Gardens gives you a space to enjoy both animals and plants in one large setting, providing a full day of activity in a relaxed setting. 81. Tangier, Morocco. Tangier is a port city in northern Morocco, located where the Mediterranean Sea meets the Atlantic Ocean. The Medina is a natural place to start. As you walk through its narrow streets, you see whitewashed homes, colorful doors, and small shops selling crafts, fabrics, and spices. The alleys twist and turn until you reach the Kasbah, the old fortress on a hill. From here, you get wide views over the surrounding area. Moving outside the city, Cap Spartel marks the point where the two seas join. The lighthouse here gives you sweeping views of the coastline, and nearby you can explore the Caves of Hercules. These sea caves are well known for their entrance shaped like a map of Africa. Afterward, you can stop at Achakar Beach, a stretch of golden sand with strong waves along the water. Back inside Tangier, the American Legation Museum gives you another view of the city's importance. It was the first building owned by the United States outside its borders. Today, it holds art, documents, and Moorish design that highlight Morocco's long ties with the world. When you want to experience daily life, you can head to the city's main squares. The Grand Soko is a busy open space connecting the old Medina to the newer parts of Tangier. Just nearby, the Petit Soko is smaller and more relaxed, with historic cafes where writers and travelers once gathered. 80. Kochi, India. Kochi, once called Cochin, is a port city on the southwest coast of India. Facing the Arabian Sea, it earned the title Queen of the Arabian Sea because of its long history as a major trading center. Kochi is the best place to start, showing Portuguese, Dutch, and British influence with narrow streets lined with old houses and shops. A short distance away is the Matansheri Palace, also known as the Dutch Palace. Inside, you'll see detailed murals that cover the walls. Nearby, in Jewtown, stands the Paradesi Synagogue, which dates back to the 1500s. It's one of the oldest active synagogues in the world. The floor is covered with hand-painted Chinese porcelain tiles, and Belgian chandeliers hang overhead. Not far from here is St. Francis Church, thought to be the oldest European church in India. Church is simple in design, with another landmark you can see is the Santa Cruz Cathedral Basilica. This church has Gothic and Indo-European architecture that makes it stand out. Inside, the stained glass windows and painted ceilings create a colorful and calm atmosphere. 79. Minsk, Belarus. Minsk, the capital of Belarus, rests in the center of the country. The city brings together important architecture and striking landmarks, each offering something different to experience. The Belarusian State Museum of the History of the Great Patriotic War is one of the most significant places to visit. Inside, you move through large halls filled with artifacts that share the story of World War II from the Soviet perspective. Another highlight is the National Library of Belarus. Its unusual geometric design makes it one of the city's most recognizable buildings. The best part is the panoramic elevator that takes you to the 23rd floor, where an open deck gives wide views across Minsk. If you want a quieter moment, the Island of Tears sits on the Siezlak River. This memorial honors soldiers who lost their lives in the Soviet-Afghan War. Walking across the footbridge to the small island, you find a peaceful space where the statues and river create a reflective setting. Victory Square adds to the story of Minsk's history. At the center stands a tall obelisk with an eternal flame at its base, both honoring the Soviet victory in World War II. You can also walk through the underground section of the square, where more displays provide context to the events remembered there. To see a more historic neighborhood, you can head to Trinity Hill, also known as Trinity Suburb. This is the oldest part of Minsk, with cobblestone streets and colorful buildings that have been carefully preserved. 78. Helsingborg, Sweden. Helsingborg is a coastal city in southern Sweden, found in the narrowest part of the Öresund Strait. This location has earned Helsingborg the name the Pearl of the Sound. One of the first landmarks you notice is Karnan, a tall brick tower that rises above the city. It's the last remaining part of a 14th century fortress. There, you can head to Frederiksdal Open Air Museum and Botanical Garden. This large area features an old town quarter, traditional farm buildings, and small museums. As you walk through, you can also come across gardens filled with roses, herbs, and plants that were common in the 1800s. A short drive takes you to Sofiero Castle, once a summer home of Sweden's royal family. If you want to see Helsingborg's creative side, Dunker's Culture House in the North Harbor is the place to go. This cultural center is filled with art, theater, music, and dance. To experience another piece of the city's past, you can visit St. Mary's Church. Built in the 12th century, this Gothic church is one of the oldest buildings in Helsingborg. 77. Novi Sad, Serbia. Novi Sad is the capital of Vojvodina in northern Serbia. One of the city's most recognizable sites is Petrovaradin Fortress, built between the 17th and 18th centuries. Often called the Gibraltar on the Danube, it stands high above the river as a lasting symbol of Novi Sad. When you visit from the fortress, it's an easy walk into Liberty Square, the main gathering point in the Old Town. The City Hall, with its neo-Renaissance design, lines one side of the square, while the tall spire of the Name of Mary Catholic Church rises on the other. Inside the church, the stained glass windows shine with color. A short distance away, you reach Dunavsky Park. This peaceful green space offers walking paths and open lawns where you can pause and relax. Not far from the park stands the Novi Sad Synagogue. Built in the early 20th century, it's a striking example of Hungarian secessionist design. Today in the Old Town, Zmajovina and Dunavska streets are where the city feels most alive. You watch the flow of daily life, or wander slowly to take in the details of the facades that line the street. To gain a deeper view of Novi Sad, the Museum of Vojvodina on Dunavska Street adds context to everything you've seen. Inside, the exhibits trace the region's history from prehistoric times to today, giving you a clearer understanding of the city and its roots. 76. Manila, Philippines. Manila, the capital of the Philippines, is filled with places that highlight its long history and lively character. A natural starting point is Intramuros, often called the Walled City. Here, cobblestone streets guide you past centuries-old buildings and landmarks. The Manila Cathedral and San Agustin Church are two of the most recognized stops inside, while Casa Manila shows you what life looked like during the Spanish colonial period. Within Intramuros, Fort Santiago stands as one of its most important sites. This stone citadel was once used as a defense fortress, and today you can walk along its strong walls and open courtyards. Not far from the walled city, Rizal Park provides a quiet contrast to Manila's busy streets. Locally as Luneta Park, it offers large gardens, walking paths, and open green spaces. On, the National Museum complex gives you an even closer look at the country's art, history, and nature. The Museum of Fine Arts displays paintings and sculptures from Filipino artists. The Museum of Anthropology highlights local traditions, while the Museum of Natural History showcases the wide range of plants and animals found in the Philippines. To experience another side of the city, you can head to Binondo, Manila's Chinatown. Ong Pin Street is lined with shops selling herbal medicines, jewelry, and traditional food items. 75. Dushanbe, Tajikistan. Dushanbe is the capital of Tajikistan, a country in Central Asia surrounded by mountains. The city gives you many ways to see both its present and past. One of the best places to start is the National Museum of Tajikistan. Inside, you move through galleries that cover archaeology, natural history, and art. Striking piece is the reclining Buddha in Nirvana, a massive statue discovered in the Adine Tepe Hills. From there, you can spend time outdoors at Rudaki Park. This well-kept park has fountains, flower beds, and wide paths that are easy to walk. At the center is the Ismoili Samoni Monument, a golden statue of the 10th century ruler under a large arch. If you want to see more history, you can head to Hisar Fortress. The stone gateway with its two towers has stood for centuries, even though other parts were rebuilt. Back in the city, Navruz Palace shows another side of Tajik architecture. It was first planned as a tea house, but grew into a large palace used for events and gatherings. Inside, you see carved wood, colorful mosaics, and bright halls. To experience daily life, you can walk through the Mergan Market. The stalls are filled with goods that reflect the traditions of the Silk Road. You can browse fresh produce, local items, and stop to try foods like samosas or shashlik. 74. Bologna, Italy. Bologna, in northern Italy's Emilia-Romagna region, is a city where everyday life connects closely with history. The best place to begin is Piazza Maggiore, the center of Bologna. Around it, you see important buildings like the Palazzo da Curzio. Just steps away is Piazza del Nettuno, where the Fountain of Neptune draws attention with its detailed figures. From the squares, it's easy to follow Bologna's famous porticos. These covered walkways stretch for miles and make moving around the city comfortable in any weather. If you follow the longest portico, you reach the Sanctuary of the Madonna di San Luca. Walking up this covered path is a tradition for many, and back near Piazza Maggiore, the Basilica di San Petronio stands tall over the square. Its exterior is striking, with plain brick on the top and polished marble on the bottom. Not far away, the two towers rise above the rooftops. Torre degli Asinelli is the taller one, and climbing its many steps gives you a wide look across the city. Next to it, Torre Garisenda leans at a sharper angle, and together they remain symbols of Bologna's medieval past. When you're ready to slow down, The Quadrilatero Market is waiting. This maze of narrow streets is filled with stalls and shops offering local specialties. The Mortadella and Parmigiano Reggiano are highlights you should try here. 73. Kefalonia, Greece. Kefalonia is the largest of the Ionian Islands in Greece, and it offers a variety of places that stand out for their natural beauty. One of the most striking sights is Myrtos Beach. This long curve of white pebbles meets bright blue water, all backed by steep cliffs. Not far from here, Melisani Cave gives you a completely different experience. The roof of the cave has an opening where sunlight streams in, turning the water into a glowing shade of blue. Nearby, Drogarati Cave adds to the variety of the island. This underground chamber is lined with stalactites and stalagmites. Moving toward the coast again, Assos Village gives you a quieter setting. Built on a narrow peninsula, the village has pastel-colored houses and a calm bay. Further north, Fiscardo brings a different character. It's one of the few places on the island that survived the 1953 earthquake, so its Venetian-style buildings still stand. Today, the village is known for its lively waterfront, where boats dock and you can walk along the promenade lined with shops and cafes. Away from the sea, Mount Ainos National Park gives you another change of scenery. The trails lead through dense fir forests, and as you climb higher, you reach the tallest peak in the Ionian Islands. 72. Lecce, Italy. Lecce, in the Apulia region of southern Italy, is often called the Florence of the South because of its remarkable architecture and art. The city is known for buildings made from pietra leccese, a soft golden stone that gives the streets a warm glow. The most striking places is Piazza del Duomo. This enclosed square is surrounded by elegant buildings that create a dramatic setting. The Lecce Cathedral stands out with its double facade, while the tall bell tower adds to the square's grand look. Not far from the square, the Basilica di Santa Croce shows another side of the city's artistry. Moving along, Piazza Santo Ronzo serves as the center of daily life. At its heart is the Roman amphitheater, partly uncovered but still used for performances. The short walk brings you to Castello di Carlo V, a fortress built in the 1500s. The castle reflects Lecce's past as a military stronghold. Inside, you also find the Papier-Mâché Museum, which highlights a traditional craft that continues to play an important role in the city. Another stop is Museo Faggiano. What began as a plumbing repair turned into the discovery of over 2,000 years of history. The museum takes you underground, where different layers of the city's past have been uncovered. 71. Essaouira, Morocco. Essaouira rests on Morocco's western coast, shaped by steady winds that sweep across the bay. Known as the Windy City of Africa, it has an easygoing rhythm that feels different from larger cities in the country. The Medina, recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is a good place to begin. It's filled with white walls and doors painted in shades of blue. Unlike other Medinas, its streets follow a grid, making it simple to move around. As you walk through, you can see souks filled with handmade goods and galleries highlighting local art. From there, the ramparts give you a strong sense of the city's past. Built in the 18th century to guard against invaders, the walls still stand with heavy cannons facing the ocean. One end of the ramparts is Scala du Port, a stone fortress overlooking the fishing harbor. The best time to go is in the morning, when blue wooden boats return from the sea loaded with fish. 70. Antigua, Guatemala. Antigua, in the central highlands of Guatemala, rests in a valley surrounded by 3 volcanoes. One of the most recognized sites in Antigua is the Arco de Santa Catalina. The yellow arch stretches across the street, and built in the 1600s, it once let nuns move between buildings without being seen. Moving uphill, you can take a short walk to Cerro de la Cruz. The cross on the hill overlooks Antigua and gives you a wide view of the streets and rooftops with the volcanoes rising beyond. If you're seeking adventure, the volcano hikes nearby make lasting memories. Acatenango is a challenge that takes you through hours of climbing before reaching a camp near the summit. Pacaya offers a shorter hike where you can walk across cooled lava fields, feel the heat rising through vents, and roast marshmallows over the warm ground. In the center of Antigua, Parque Central offers a relaxed setting where you can sit and watch daily life. Around the park stand important buildings, including the Cathedral de Santiago and the Palace of the Captains General. As you move through the streets, you'll notice the ruins and convents that shape Antigua's identity, like the Convento de las Chapuchinas, which is especially known for its round living quarters and preserved courtyards. The San Francisco Church and its ruins also stand out, housing the tomb of Hermano Pedro, who's remembered with deep respect across Guatemala. 69. Sibiu, Romania. Sibiu is a city in central Romania that holds on to its medieval character while feeling alive today. Founded in the 12th century by Saxon settlers, it still carries much of its original design. The upper town is where you first notice Piața Mare, or the large square. Since the 1400s, this square has been the center of life in Sibiu. It's surrounded by important landmarks like the Brukenthal National Museum, the City Hall, and the Holy Trinity Roman Catholic Church. Not far from there, Piața Misa, or the small square, feels more personal. It has a rounded shape and is framed by colorful medieval houses with steep rooftops. Connecting the two squares is the Council Tower, a 13th century structure. Today, you can climb its staircase to an observation deck at the top. Walking a short distance brings you to the Bridge of Lies, built in the 1800s. This square is marked by the Evangelical Cathedral, one of the most striking landmarks in Transylvania. Its tall spire dominates the skyline, and its Gothic design makes a strong impression from the outside. A little outside the center, you find the Astra National Museum Complex, one of the largest open-air museums in all of Europe. Spread across a wide park, it brings together village houses, windmills, and workshops from different regions of Romania. 68. Fez, Morocco. Fez is one of Morocco's most historic cities, recognized as one of the largest and best preserved medieval cities in the world. It's divided into three main sections: Fez el Bali, Fez el Idid, and Ville Nouvelle. Among them, Fez el Bali draws the most attention, where you move through a maze of narrow streets. Close to the markets, you can visit the Shuara Tannery, one of the most iconic sites in Fez. Dating back to the 11th century, it continues to operate today. From moving through the Medina, you'll come across the city's historic madrasas. The Bu Inania Madrasa is one of the most striking. Built in the 14th century, it has a large courtyard decorated with carved wood, marble, and stucco. A short walk away, the Al-Atarin Madrasa provides a more intimate setting. Located near the spice and perfume market, it's filled with wood carvings, mosaics, and plasterwork that display incredible craftsmanship. Another landmark in Fez is the University of Al-Qarawiyyin. Established in 859 AD, it is considered the oldest continuously operating university in the world. While you want a quieter space, Janan Sabil Garden offers a calm change from the energy of the Medina. This public park, the oldest in Fez, has wide paths, shaded areas, and flowing fountains, allowing you to slow down and take in a more relaxed side of the city. Also, you can stop at Bab Builud, also known as the Blue Gate. This western entrance to the old city is decorated with blue and green tile work. 57. Fethiye, Turkey. Fethiye is a port city on Turkey's southwestern turquoise coast. Known for its natural harbor and historic setting, as you move through the area, you can see traces of Lycian, Persian, Ottoman, and Greek heritage that remain part of the city today. The Blue Lagoon at Oludeniz is the most famous spot nearby. Ideal for swimming or trying water sports, from Babadak Mountain, you can also go tandem paragliding, which gives you a wide look at the lagoon and the coast below. Not far from the center, the tomb of Amintas stands high in the cliffs. This Lycian rock tomb dates back to the 4th century BC and features detailed carvings that are still clear today. The old town, called Paspatur, offers a different side of the city. Narrow cobbled streets make it a lively place to walk through with plenty of corners to stop and enjoy. Salikent Gorge adds another layer of adventure. As one of the deepest canyons in Europe, it stretches through the mountains and creates a striking setting. A wooden walkway guides you along the cliffs, and if you want more excitement, you can wade into the cold river that flows through the gorge. A short drive away, Kaya Koi tells a quieter story. This hillside ghost town, once a Greek settlement, was left empty in the 1920s. Today, you can walk among the remains of stone houses and churches. The silence of the village gives you a clear sense of the community that once lived here. 66. Ponta Delgada, Portugal. Ponta Delgada, on the southern coast of São Miguel, is the largest city in the Azores. The city has a compact center that's easy to walk, with basalt stone buildings and black and white cobblestone streets giving it a distinctive look. A natural starting point is the Portas de Cidade. These three arches from the 18th century stand in the main square and are one of the city's most recognizable landmarks. From here, the Igreja Matriz de São Sebastião draws your attention with its Gothic-style design and striking details. As you continue, Avenida Infante de Henrique brings you toward the waterfront. Outside the center, the Arruda pineapple plantation offers something different. The Azores are known for their sweeter pineapples, and here you can walk through greenhouses and see the 2-year growing process. Back in town, Mercado de Gracia gives you a lively look at daily life. The market is filled with fresh fish, produce, cheeses, and local products, with every stall adding to the energy of the place. Religion also plays an important role in the city, like the Santuario de Señor Santo Cristo dos Milagres, which houses a revered image of Christ and becomes the center of the Santo Cristo festival each year. Also, the Forte de São Brás, built in the 16th century, sits by the shoreline. The fort still holds old cannons and thick walls, so walking its grounds or stepping inside the military museum connects you with the city's past. 65. Valletta, Malta. Valletta, the capital of Malta, is a fortified city that shows its character through strong walls and limestone buildings. One of the highlights of the city is St. John's Co-Cathedral. The outside looks plain and fortress-like, but once you go inside, the detail takes you by surprise with its walls and ceilings covered with carvings, gold, and paintings. The most well-known piece is Caravaggio's The Beheading of St. John the Baptist, his largest signed painting. From there, you can head to the Upper Baracca Gardens. The gardens are a nice place to slow down, and if you arrive at noon or in the late afternoon, you can see the saluting battery ceremony, where cannons are fired below the terrace. Next, the Grand Master's Palace shows another side of Valletta's history. Some areas are open to you, including the staterooms, decorated with paintings, tapestries, and frescoes. The palace armory is also worth seeing, with its large collection of weapons and armor. At the edge of the city, Fort St. Elmo adds another layer to Valletta's story. The fortress played an important role during the Great Siege of 1565, and again during World War II. Inside, the National War Museum takes you through Malta's past with exhibits from ancient times to modern battles. Nearby, the Lascaris War Rooms bring you underground into a series of tunnels. This hidden complex once served as the British war headquarters during World War II. Casa Rocca Piccola offers a more personal experience. This 16th century home is still lived in by its owners, who share guided tours of the property. Inside, you see antiques, art, and family treasures that provide a look at noble life in Malta. 64. Mérida, Mexico. Mérida is the capital of Yucatan, found in the northern part of the peninsula. The center of daily life is Plaza Grande, the city's main square. Here, you can relax in the white kissing chairs, walk through the gardens, and watch people enjoying the open space. Around the square stand important buildings that shape the city's character. One of the highlights is the Cathedral de San Ildefonso. Built in the 1500s using stones from the Mayan city of Tejo, it is the oldest cathedral on the mainland of the Americas. Inside, the design feels simple yet powerful, and you can see the Cross of the Union, the largest wooden cross found in any church. Across the plaza, the Palacio del Gobierno adds another layer to the square. Its mint green walls hold murals by Fernando Castro Pacheco, showing the history of Yucatan and the story of the Mayan people. Moving away from the square, Paseo de Montejo stretches out as one of Mérida's most elegant streets. This wide boulevard is lined with large white stone mansions from the Henneken boom of the 19th and 20th centuries. If you're interested in learning more about Mayan culture, the Gran Museo del Mundo Maya offers a modern way to experience it. The museum holds an extensive collection of artifacts and exhibits that explain the life and achievements of the Mayan civilization. 63. Lyon, France. Lyon, located in east-central France, is the country's third largest city, founded by the Romans in 43 BC. Today, it's a place where history and modern life connect, offering different neighborhoods that each carry their own character. Vieux Lyon, or Old Lyon, is one of the largest Renaissance districts in Europe. Its cobblestone streets and hidden passageways, known as traboules, make walking here feel like you're stepping back in time. The St. Jean Cathedral stands at the center, with its astronomical clock that comes alive at certain times of the day. From Old Lyon, you can ride the funicular up to Fouvier Hill, often called the Praying Hill. At the top, you're greeted with a wide view of the entire city. The Basilica of Notre Dame de Fourvière sits here with its detailed interior, while just below it, you'll find Roman theaters and ruins that are still used for performances today. Moving across town, La Croix-Rousse offers a different experience. Known as the Working Hill, this area was once the center of Lyon's silk weaving industry. Between the Rhône and Saône rivers lies Presqu'île, the modern and cultural heart of the city. Place Bellecour, one of the largest pedestrian squares in all of Europe, opens up here with shops and cafes lining the nearby streets. The Museum of Fine Arts, often called the Little Louvre, is housed in a former abbey. Le Hall Paul Bocuse brings everything together in one spot. This indoor market is filled with vendors offering local specialties. Among the highlights are Lyon's famous praline tarts. 62. Chefchaouen, Morocco. Chefchaouen in northern Morocco is known as the Blue Pearl because its streets and houses are covered in different shades of blue. Surrounded by the Rif Mountains, the city has a calm and inviting feel that makes it one of the most unique places you can experience. The Medina is the best place to begin, with its narrow cobblestone streets winding in every direction. Walking here is less about reaching a destination and more about letting yourself move through the maze. At the center of the Medina, Plaza Uta el Hammam gives you a place to pause with cafes and small shops lining the square. From here, the Kasbah rises on one side as a 15th century fortress holding a garden, old towers, and a small museum. A steady walk uphill brings you to the Spanish Mosque. The hike takes less than an hour, and when you reach the top, the reward is a wide view of Chefchaouen below, and not far from the Medina walls, Ras El Ma waterfall offers a quiet spot where cool water runs through the rocks. This spring has supplied the city for generations, and today it remains a refreshing stop. After seeking more time in nature, Talasemtane National Park sits just outside the city. Its trails move through valleys, forests, and cliffs filled with different plants and animals. A short drive from Chefchaouen brings you to Akshor, where two waterfalls, known as the Petite Cascade and Grande Cascade, flow among the cliffs. Here, you also find God's Bridge, a large natural rock formation. 61. Trinidad, Cuba. Trinidad in south-central Cuba is one of the country's most historic cities. Founded in 1514, its cobblestone streets and colorful buildings make it a place where history feels alive as you walk through the center of town. Plaza Mayor is the starting point for most visits to Trinidad. This main square is lined with colonial buildings, museums, and the Church of the Holy Trinity. Close to the square, the Convento de San Francisco is one of the city's most recognized landmarks. The yellow and white bell tower stands tall, and climbing its spiral staircase gives you sweeping views over the city and beyond. When you're ready to explore outside the city, the Valle de los Ingenios is nearby. This valley was once the center of Cuba's sugar industry, and today you can walk among the ruins of mills, plantation houses, and worker barracks. The Manaca Iznaga Tower, a tall watchtower in the valley, offers one of the best views across the fields and hills. A short drive takes you to Playa Ancon, where you can relax on one of Cuba's most beautiful beaches. If you're interested in outdoor adventure, Topes de Colantes Natural Park is located in the Escambray Mountains. The park is filled with hiking trails that lead to waterfalls, such as Salto del Caburni and Vegas Grande. Swimming in the natural pools at the bottom of these falls is one of the highlights of a day in the park. Back in the city, the Museo Histórico Municipal, also called Palacio Cantero, gives you a closer look at Trinidad's past. This former mansion of a wealthy sugar baron now serves as a museum, and climbing its tower rewards you with another panoramic view of the city. 60. San Pedro de Atacama, Chile. San Pedro de Atacama is a small town in northern Chile that serves as an oasis in the middle of the Atacama Desert. The desert is known as one of the driest places on Earth, yet this town gives you an easy base to explore the natural sights around it. One of the most striking areas nearby is Valle de la Luna, or Moon Valley. Its rocky ridges and dunes and narrow canyons stretch across the desert in shapes that look unusual and dramatic. Hiking through the trails lets you see how the colors of the land shift as the day moves towards sunset. A different experience waits at the El Tatio geysers. With dozens of geysers bubbling at once, it's one of the most powerful sights in the region. The Salar de Atacama offers another unique view. This vast salt flat shines under the sun, and within it you find shallow lagoons where wildlife gathers. At Laguna Shasha, flamingos move across the water, their pink feathers standing out against the white salt. Nearby, Laguna Cejar gives you the chance to float in its salty waters without effort. Higher up in the mountains, the lagunas altiplánicas, such as Miscanti and Miniques, show you deep blue water surrounded by volcanoes. After a long day exploring, you can rest at the Termas de Puritama. Here, warm mineral springs flow through a canyon, forming a series of pools where you can soak and recover. 59. Fortaleza, Brazil. Fortaleza is one of the most visited cities in all of Brazil. Praia do Futuro is often the first stop with its golden sand and clear waters, making it one of the best urban beaches in Brazil. Along the shore, you'll find large barracas, or beach shacks, serving food and drinks. From there, Beira Mar Avenue connects the beaches of Meireles and Iracema. This waterfront promenade is a favorite place for a walk. Along the way, you'll find Feirinha Beira Mar, a daily artisan market filled with stalls offering crafts, souvenirs, and street food. Another key stop is Mercado Central, holding hundreds of stalls selling everything from hammocks and lace to wood carvings and local snacks. If you're interested in a more adventurous outing, Beach Park in Aquiraz is close by. It's one of the largest water parks in Latin America, filled with wave pools and slides. Not far away, the Teatro José de Alencar offers a look into the city's history. This theater is known for its stained glass, ironwork, and native wood carvings. 58. San Cristobal de las Casas, Mexico. San Cristobal de las Casas is a city in the highlands of Chiapas, Mexico. The historic center is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and as you walk along the cobblestone streets, the colonial buildings give the city a distinct character. In the main square, Plaza de la Paz, the bright yellow San Cristobal Cathedral immediately draws your attention. The Baroque details on the outside are striking, and once inside, the gilded decorations shine across the walls and ceiling. A short walk brings you to Templo del Santo Domingo de Guzman, a church that dates back to the 16th century. Its stone facade is covered in intricate carvings that showcase the artistry of the period. Inside, the traditional design of the church contrasts with the movement outside its doors. Following Real de Guadalupe, a pedestrian street filled with shops and cafes leads you to Templo de Nuestra Señora de Guadalupe. Inside, a neon-framed painting of the Virgin Mary offers a unique feature. Casa Nabolom is another important stop. Once the home of Gertrude Duby Blom and Franz Blom, the house reflects their dedication to studying the people and environment of Chiapas. El Arcotete Eco Park lies just outside the city. The main highlight here is a massive natural rock arch formed over time. Here, you can explore the grotto beneath and walk through areas shaped by unique rock formations. Back in town, the Amber Museum offers a different experience, focusing on Chiapas' famous amber. Known for its clarity, displays include jewelry, carvings, and educational exhibits that show how this stone has played an important role in the region. The city markets provide another way to experience San Cristobal. The municipal market is filled with stalls selling fresh produce and goods. Nearby, the artisan market gives you the chance to shop for textiles, pottery, and amber crafts made by local artists. 57. Kanazawa, Japan. Kanazawa, located in Ishikawa Prefecture on Japan's central Honshu Island, is known for its Edo-era districts, traditional arts, and well-preserved historic areas. Often called the Kyoto of the North, it gives you the chance to enjoy both tradition and modern creativity in one city. Kenroku-en Garden is one of the most famous sites in Kanazawa. Considered one of Japan's top 3 gardens, it combines wide open spaces, streams, ponds, and carefully arranged trees and stones. From the garden, you can move on to the Higashi Chaya district. This is the largest of Kanazawa's old geisha districts, where wooden tea houses line the narrow streets. Some of these buildings are now open to the public, such as Ochayashima, which serves as a museum showing how geisha once lived and worked. Kaikaro, a tea house with over 200 years of history, is still in operation and offers traditional tea ceremonies. Next, Nagamachi Samurai District introduces another side of the city. This area once housed samurai families, and today you still see the cobblestone alleys, canals, and earthen walls that give the neighborhood its distinct character. The Nomura Samurai House is open to you, showing detailed interiors, art, and a small but carefully designed garden. After exploring the historical districts, Omicho Market gives you a look at Kanazawa's daily life. Known as Kanazawa's Kitchen, it's been active for more than 2 centuries and today holds over 170 stalls. Here, you can taste fresh seafood, with snow crab being a specialty of the area. To experience something modern, the 21st Century Museum of Contemporary Art adds a very different atmosphere to your visit. Its circular glass building stands out from the city's older areas, and the exhibits inside are designed to be interactive. One of the highlights is Leandro Ehrlich's The Swimming Pool, which creates the illusion of people standing beneath the water. 56. Asturias, Spain. Asturias is a region in the northwest of Spain, known for its green mountains, rugged coast, and quiet towns. It's part of what many call Green Spain, where the land stays full of life throughout the year. The Picos de Europa National Park is one of the highlights of Asturias. Here, you find tall peaks, winding valleys, and trails that fit any level of hiking. The lakes of Covadonga, named Enol and Ercina, sit in the middle of the mountains and are among the most popular sites in the park. Close to the park, the sanctuary of Covadonga carries strong meaning for the region. The basilica, built with pink marble, stands above the valley, and the holy cave holds the image of the Lady of Covadonga, the patron saint of Asturias. The Cares Trail is another well-known path, called the Divine Gorge. It follows a narrow route high above the river. The trail runs through rock walls and steep cliffs, making one of the most memorable hikes in all of Spain. In Oviedo, the capital of Asturias, you find pre-Romanesque churches such as Santa Maria del Naranco and San Miguel del Lilo. The Gothic cathedral is another landmark, and Mercado El Fontan adds color and activity to the city's old town. By the coast, Gijón offers Playa de San Lorenzo, a long beach where you can walk by the sea. The old fishing neighborhood of Cimavilla preserves the city's heritage, while Laboral Ciudad de la Cultura is a modern cultural complex. Along the shoreline, small towns highlight the charm of Asturias. In Cudillero, colorful houses climb the hillside around the small harbor. Similarly, Llanes has seaside walks and the Cubos de la Memoria, a modern art installation painted on large concrete blocks. Meanwhile, Luarca, often called the White Town on the Green Coast, has a harbor and a hillside cemetery overlooking the sea. 55. Bilbao, Spain. Bilbao, a major port city in northern Spain, stretches along the Nervión River, which runs through the center and out into the bay. One of the highlights is the Guggenheim Museum, with its titanium curves that make it a landmark before you even step inside. Outside, large works of art stand out, like Jeff Koons' Floral Puppy and Louis Bourgeois' giant spider Maman. Inside, you'll see modern and contemporary pieces, including Richard Serra's massive steel installation, The Matter of Time. From there, you can make your way into Casco Viejo, the old town of Bilbao. Narrow cobblestone streets connect the medieval Siete Calles, or Seven Streets. Here, you can see Santiago Cathedral, the Church of San Antón, and Plaza Nueva, a square lined with arcades and cafes. Along the river sits Mercado de la Ribera, one of the largest covered markets in Europe. The stalls are filled with fresh fish, meat, and produce. For a change of perspective, you can ride the funicular up Mount Artsanda. The ride is short, and from the top, you're met with wide views of Bilbao and the river below. Another important stop is the Fine Arts Museum, located in Doña Casilda Iturrizar Park. Inside, you'll find a collection that spans classical to modern works, with pieces by Basque, Spanish, and European artists. 54. Cusco, Peru. Cusco, high in the Andes of southeastern Peru, is a city that carries both history and living traditions. The Plaza de Armas is the natural place to begin, being the center of life in Cusco. Around it, you'll see the Cusco Cathedral and the Church of the Society of Jesus, both built during the colonial period. A short walk from the square takes you to Uricancha, once the most important temple of the Incas, known as the Golden Enclosure. After the Spanish arrived, the Incas built the Santo Domingo Church on top of it. As you walk through, the strong Inca stone walls stand alongside Spanish designs. Moving upward from the city, you reach Sacsayhuaman, an Inca fortress made of enormous stone blocks. Some of the stones weigh over 100 tons, yet they fit together perfectly without mortar. Nearby, in Ollantaytambo, stone terraces climb the hillsides, and you can walk along streets that still follow Inca design. Meanwhile, Moray offers circular terraces that many believe were used for agricultural experiments. If you're seeking more adventure, you can travel to Rainbow Mountain. The hike is demanding, but reaching the top rewards you with the sight of colorful stripes formed by natural minerals. 53. Jodhpur, India. Jodhpur, often called the Blue City and the Sun City, is one of the most striking destinations in Rajasthan. The old powder town stands out with its houses painted in shades of blue. Mehrgarh Fort dominates the skyline, sitting high on a rocky hill above the city. As you walk through its gates, you step into a series of courtyards and palaces filled with detail. Moti Mahal, or the Pearl Palace, shows graceful arches, while Phul Mahal, the Flower Palace, has rich decoration. Sheesh Mahal, the Mirror Palace, sparkles with reflections across its walls and ceilings. Inside the fort, a museum displays artifacts from the royal family. If you want an extra experience, a zip line lets you glide along the fort walls with sweeping views of Jodhpur. Close to the fort, you come to Jaswant Tada, a marble memorial built in the 19th century. Its white stone is carved with fine patterns, and the gardens around it provide a calm setting. Moving across the city, Umayyad Bhagwan Palace rises into sight. Built in the 12th century during a famine to provide jobs, it combines Indian and Western design. Part of the palace remains a royal residence, another part is a hotel, and one section is open to you as a museum. The museum features vintage cars and displays from the royal household, while the palace gardens offer space to walk. Another interesting stop is Turji Ka Jarrah, an 18th century stepwell built by a queen. Its stone steps form patterns leading down to the water, showing how people once gathered and stored water in the desert. 2. Da Nang, Vietnam. Da Nang is a city in central Vietnam that serves as the main port of the region. It has grown into one of the country's most popular vacation spots, with wide sandy beaches, modern attractions, and natural areas that make it an easy place to explore. Mai Khe Beach is one of the city's most well-known stretches of coast. It was once a rest and recovery area during the Vietnam-US War, but today it's better known for its calm waves and soft golden sand. Not far from the coast, you can find the Dragon Bridge. Built in the shape of a dragon, it's one of the city's most iconic landmarks. The bridge represents power and prosperity in Vietnamese culture, and at night it comes alive with bright LED lights. On weekend evenings, the dragon even releases fire and water, drawing crowds to watch the show. Moving away from the city center, the Marble Mountains provide a more spiritual setting. A cluster of marble and limestone hills contains caves, tunnels, and Buddhist sanctuaries. Phu Cave stands out with carvings and displays that represent Buddhist hell. The Son Tra Peninsula offers another side of Da Nang. Covered with dense forest, it's home to rare wildlife, such as the red-shanked Duk Langur. Here, you can also see the Lin Ung Pagoda, where the tall Lady Buddha statue overlooks the sea. Along the coast of the peninsula are quieter beaches like Bai But and Bai Rang. High above Da Nang, Ba Na Hills provides a completely different experience. The cable car ride to the top is one of the longest in the world and gives wide views of the mountains below. At the summit, there's a theme park with a recreated French village, gardens, and rides. The Golden Bridge is the highlight, with its walkway supported by 2 giant stone hands. 51. Kampot, Cambodia. Kampot, a quiet city in southern Cambodia, is known for its riverside views and its French colonial buildings that remain well preserved. Bokor National Park is one of the main highlights close to Kampot. The old Bokor Hill Station, once a retreat during the French colonial period, now stands empty. Not far from it, the Catholic Church and the Black Palace remain as reminders of the past. The Pokpokville waterfall also sits within the park, offering a calm stop surrounded by greenery. Back near the city, the pepper plantations of Kampot show why the region is recognized worldwide. Kampot pepper has earned protected status for its quality, and walking through a farm, such as La Plantation, gives you a chance to see the growing process. 50. Milos, Greece. Milos is a volcanic island in the Aegean Sea, located at the southwestern edge of the Cyclades group. Its volcanic history shaped it into a place of cliffs, caves, and colorful rocks. The coastline stretches with more than 40 beaches, each with its own character. Sarakiniko Beach is one of the highlights, with white volcanic rocks forming striking shapes that feel different from other beaches. Moving along the southern coast, Kleftiko stands out with its sea caves and dramatic cliffs. This area was once used as a pirate hideout, and today you can only reach it by boat. As you ride across the water, you pass through narrow passages and discover small coves surrounded by white stone. Not far away, Sigrado Beach offers another experience. To reach the sand, you follow a steep path and use ropes and a wooden ladder to get down between cliffs. Heading inland, Plaka gives you a change from the coast. As the capital of Milos, this hilltop village shows traditional Cycladic style, with cobblestone streets and whitewashed houses. Walking through Plaka brings you to the Venetian castle at the top, where wide views of the Aegean Sea spread out before you. Near the village of Tripiti, you can explore the ancient theater. Built into a hillside, it overlooks Milos Bay and remains well preserved. Close by, the Catacombs of Milos shows another side of the past. These underground passages were once used by early Christians as a place of burial and refuge. 49. Bishkek, Kyrgyzstan. Bishkek, the capital of Kyrgyzstan, is a city shaped by its Soviet past but filled with energy today. The best starting point is Alatu Square, a natural gathering place. At its center stands a statue of Manas, the legendary Kyrgyz hero, which one side of the square is the State History Museum, where you can see artifacts that explain the country's past and culture. Behind the museum, a statue of Lenin still remains. Not far from here, Osh Bazaar pulls you into the daily rhythm of the city. The market is busy with stalls selling fresh produce, spices, and traditional breads. If you want to leave the city for fresh air, Ala Archa National Park is only a short drive south. The park offers trails through valleys and mountains, like the Waterfall Trail and the Ala Archa Valley Trail. Back in Bishkek, Victory Square provides a quiet and meaningful stop. Here, you find a memorial to the lives lost in World War II. A bronze statue of a woman represents the Kyrgyz motherland, waiting for her husband and sons to return from war. 48. León, Nicaragua. León, located in western Nicaragua, is the country's second largest city. At the center of the city stands the León Cathedral, one of the most important landmarks in Nicaragua. Inside, you can walk through spacious chapels and visit the crypts where notable Nicaraguans are buried. The rooftop is the highlight of the visit, with its bright white domes and wide terraces opening up to views of the city's red rooftops and the surrounding volcanoes. Cerro Negro offers a different experience that's become iconic in León. This active volcano is covered in dark ash, and the hike to the top feels challenging but rewarding. What makes it famous is the ride down. With a wooden board, you slide down the steep slope in an activity known as volcano boarding. Back in the city, the Museo de la Revolución brings you into Nicaragua's recent past. The building still shows bullet holes from battles. The guides are often former Sandinista fighters that share their stories of the revolutionary years and the struggle against the Somoza dictatorship. For a quieter shift, the Ortiz Gurdian Foundation Art Center provides one of the best art collections in Central America. The galleries feature works by Nicaraguan, Central American, and European artists. When the heart of León becomes heavy, the Pacific coast is not far away. Las Peñitas and Playa Poneloya are two nearby beaches where you can relax by the ocean. 47. Hvar, Croatia. Hvar is a long, narrow island in Croatia's central Dalmatian archipelago. Hvar town is the main center of the island, filled with boats, and the public square is active with shops and cafes. Above the town sits the Spanish fortress, also called Fortica. Walking up the hill takes you to views over the harbor and nearby islands. Just off the coast, the Bakleni Islands form a chain of pine-covered islets. To the north, Stari Grad is one of the oldest towns in Europe. Tirdali Castle, once the summer home of a Croatian poet, is a highlight of the town. Outside the center, the Stari Grad Plain preserves the same field layout designed by the Greeks more than 2,000 years ago. Hvar is also known for its beaches like Dubovica Beach, sitting in a quiet bay with smooth pebbles and clear water. If you're looking for a livelier spot, Poconi Dol Beach has restaurants and beach bars right by the sea. 46. Gjirokastër, Albania. Gjirokastër, known as the Stone City, is a UNESCO World Heritage Site in southern Albania. The old town is filled with stone houses that look like small castles, each with slate roofs and strong walls built along steep cobblestone streets. At the top of the town, Gjirokastër Castle stands as one of the largest fortresses in the Balkans. Exploring the grounds gives you plenty to see, like the military museum, holding weapons and artifacts from different times, and the American spy plane on display, offering a reminder of the Cold War years. As you move back down into the town, the old bazaar becomes the center of attention. The cobbled streets curve between shops and stalls, each offering handmade crafts, textiles, and local goods. Not far from the bazaar, the city's traditional homes show another side of its past. The Zagate House is a standout with its fortress-like look and detailed interior. Touring it lets you see decorated rooms and fine woodwork, showing the life of a wealthy Ottoman family. The Skenduli House, which is over 300 years old, offers a similar experience. Inside, you can walk through the rooms and understand how daily life carried on for generations. Beneath the city, the Cold War Tunnel offers a completely different setting. Built in secret during the 1970s, this underground bunker stretches nearly half a mile and includes 59 rooms, showing you how the communist regime prepared for threats of invasion or nuclear attack. 35. Brasov, Romania. Brasov, located in central Romania, sits in the region of Transylvania, making it a place where you can enjoy both history and the outdoors. One of the city's main highlights is the Black Church. This Gothic building is the largest of its kind in Eastern Europe. Inside, you can see the biggest mechanical organ in Romania and a large collection of oriental carpets, each adding to the church's unique character. A short walk away, the Council Square forms the center of Brasov's Old Town. The square is lined with colorful Baroque buildings, and the former council house now holds the Brasov History Museum. Spending time here gives you a close view of the city's past and present. Looking above the rooftops, Mount Tampa rises above Brasov, with a large white Brasov sign at its peak. You can hike the trails that climb through the nature reserve, or take the cable car for an easier way up, rewarding you with sweeping views of the surrounding area. Back in town, Rope Street offers a different kind of experience. Known as one of the narrowest streets in Europe, it's a fun stop where you can stretch your arms and touch both walls at the same time. 44. Bar, Montenegro. Bar is a coastal city in southern Montenegro, known for its seaport and long stretch of shoreline. One of the most important places to see is Stari Bar, also called the Old Town of Bar. Closer to the water, King Nicholas Palace stands along the promenade. Built in the late 1800s, this peach-colored building now serves as a museum. Inside, you can view antique furniture, historical artifacts, and a tall watchtower. Not far from here, the Old Olive Tree, or Stara Maslina, is another highlight. Estimated to be more than 2,000 years old, it's one of the oldest living trees in Europe. The Bar Riviera offers a different experience, with beaches that each offer a different setting. Veliki Pijesak is known for its lively summer atmosphere, while Sudomore is a wide sandy beach that draws large crowds during the season. If you want a quieter option, Changi Beach has both sand and pebbles with fewer people. And for a more private setting, Queens Beach is only reachable by boat. 43. Zagreb, Croatia. Zagreb is the capital and largest city of Croatia, located in the northwest of the country. The Zagreb Cathedral is one of the city's most recognizable landmarks. Its tall Gothic spires rise above the skyline, making it the tallest building in Croatia. Not far away, St. Mark's Church draws attention with its colorful tiled roof that displays the medieval coats of arms of Croatia, Dalmatia, Slavonia, and the emblem of Zagreb. The upper town, known as Gornji Grad, is the historic area filled with cobblestone streets and old squares. To move between the upper and lower town, you can take the world's shortest funicular, which connects the two levels in less than a minute. Close by, Lotrash Tower offers wide views across the city. At noon, a cannon is fired from the tower, a tradition that has continued for more than a century. Daily life in Zagreb can be experienced at Dolat's Market, often called the Belly of Zagreb. Here, local vendors sell fresh produce under red umbrellas. A short walk away, Kalticheva Street is lined with cafes where you can enjoy Zagreb's well-known coffee culture. For something different, the Museum of Broken Relationships displays personal items connected to past relationships. 42. Pokhara, Nepal. Pokhara, located in central Nepal, is often called the tourism capital of the country, surrounded by hills and lakes, giving it both a peaceful and adventurous setting. The center of activity is Pewa Lake, where you can rent a colorful wooden boat and glide across the calm water. A short ride takes you to the small island in the middle of the lake, home to the Talbarahi Temple, a two-story pagoda holding religious importance. Not far from here, the World Peace Pagoda stands tall on a hill overlooking the city. The short hike up rewards you with wide views of the surrounding area. Moving on, Sarankot is another well-known spot, especially popular at sunrise when the mountain peaks catch the first light. It is also the main location for paragliding in Pokhara, so gliding through the air above the valley and the lake is one of the most memorable things you can do here. Closer to the city center, Devil's Falls shows a dramatic side of nature. Here, the river plunges into a sinkhole and disappears underground. Right across the street is Geptushwar Mahadev Cave, a sacred Hindu temple dedicated to Lord Shiva. If you're interested in learning more about the Himalayas, the International Mountain Museum is the place to go. It shares the history of mountaineering in the region and highlights the traditions of the people who live near the world's tallest peaks. When you want a quieter setting, Beknas Lake lies just outside of the city. Sitting by the shore or taking a slow boat ride across the water lets you enjoy the natural surroundings. 41. Valparaíso, Chile. Valparaíso, on the central coast of Chile, is a major port city shaped by more than 40 hills that rise around a natural harbor. Cerro Concepción and Cerro Alegre are two of the most well-known hills. Here, you can walk through narrow streets lined with murals and street art that cover almost every wall. When you need a break from the climb, you can take one of Valparaíso's historic funiculars, called ascensores. These inclined elevators have been moving people up and down the hills for more than a century. Another highlight is La Sebastiana, the former home of Nobel Prize-winning poet Pablo Neruda. Located on Cerro Florida, the house is now a museum filled with unusual objects and wide windows that frame views of the sea. Closer to the port, Plaza Sotomayor serves as the city's main square. Surrounded by historic buildings, it's a busy area where much of Valparaiso's activity takes place. On Cerro Alegre, Palacio Baburiza adds another point of interest. This grand mansion now holds the Museum of Fine Arts, where you can see both Chilean and European paintings. 40. Lille, France. Lille is in northern France and serves as the capital of the Hauts-de-France region. You can start exploring in Vieux-Lille, the historic quarter. Its cobbled streets and 17th century townhouses make walking through the area a highlight on its own. A short walk away is the Grand Place, also known as Place du Général de Gaulle. This main square is surrounded by striking buildings that show off different architectural styles. The Vieille Bourse, with its decorated arches and courtyard, is a favorite stop, while the Voie du Nord building adds another impressive sight. From there, the Palais des Beaux-Arts is one of the city's most important museums. Inside, you can view a wide collection of art that spans centuries. The Citadelle de Lille is another creation of Vauban. This star-shaped fortress is still used by the military. La Piscine Museum offers a unique setting, built inside a former Art Deco swimming pool. Sculptures and artworks are displayed around the pool, making this space one of the most distinctive museums you can walk through. The Flemish-inspired Town Hall provides another highlight, but it's the belfry that stands out most. At 341 feet high, the climb to the top gives you sweeping views of the city. 39. Vilnius, Lithuania. Vilnius, the capital and largest city of Lithuania, is found in the southeastern part of the country. The Old Town, one of the largest and best preserved medieval centers in Europe, is the best place to start. Walking along the cobblestone streets, you'll notice buildings from different eras standing side by side. Pilier Street, the oldest in the city, is full of character and gives you a sense of the city's past. Not far from the Old Town, Gediminas Castle Tower rises above Vilnius. This tower is the last remaining part of the upper castle. Another landmark close by is the Hill of Three Crosses. The monument was built to honor Franciscan monks. Moving into the center, Cathedral Square opens up as the main gathering space in the city. At its center is the Vilnius Cathedral, a neoclassical building that stands as a symbol of Lithuania's baptism. The tall ceilings and detailed art show the importance of this site. When you want something more creative, cross the bridge into Užupis. This neighborhood calls itself an independent republic and is known for its artistic character. As you walk along Papio Street, you can read its humorous constitution, displayed on plaques in many languages. 38. Cuenca, Ecuador. Cuenca, officially called Santa Ana de los Ríos de Cuenca, is set in the southern highlands of Ecuador. The historic center has been recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, with its colonial architecture and carefully designed streets making it one of the most charming areas to walk through. One of the most iconic landmarks is the new cathedral, known formerly as the Catedral de la Inmaculada Concepción. Its three large blue domes are visible across the city. Inside, the cathedral's tall ceilings, stained glass windows, and detailed design add to its impressive atmosphere. To see the city from above, the Mirador de Turi offers one of the best views. From this hilltop point, you can look out over the surrounding area. If you're seeking nature outside the city, El Cajas National Park is only a short drive away, with more than 200 glacial lakes, rugged trails, and a unique Páramo ecosystem. While exploring, you may spot wildlife, such as the Andean condor, or walk through forests of polylepis trees. 37. Salento, Colombia. Salento, in the Andean region of Colombia, is a small colonial town known as the Father of Quindio, because it is the oldest in the area. Its colorful buildings and lively main square make it a special stop when traveling through this part of Colombia. Plaza de Bolívar is at the center of Salento and serves as the town's gathering place. It's surrounded by colonial buildings, including the Church of Nuestra Señora del Carmen. Just outside the town, Valle de Cocora is the highlight. This valley is where you see the Quindio wax palms, the tallest palm trees in the world, and the national tree of Colombia. Salento, Calle Real is the main street you'll want to explore. The street runs from the central square to the viewpoints above the town and is lined with colonial-style houses painted in bright colors. Many balconies are decorated with flowers, and the shops along the way give you a chance to enjoy the character of the town. At the end of Calle Real, a staircase leads to two viewpoints. From Mirador Alto de la Cruz, you can look over Salento's rooftops and streets, while Mirador de la Virgen gives you an even wider view of the green hills and mountains. 36. Kandy, Sri Lanka. Kandy is a city in the central highlands of Sri Lanka, resting on a plateau surrounded by green mountains. At the center of the city is Bogambara Lake, also known as Kandy Lake. This artificial lake provides a quiet space, and the walkway around it gives clear views of many of Kandy's important landmarks. From here, you can see the Temple of the Sacred Tooth Relic near its shores. The temple is most alive during the daily Teva ceremonies, held in the morning, midday, and evening. During these times, you hear traditional drumming and watch the devotion of pilgrims as they gather in prayer. A short distance from the city center, the Royal Botanical Gardens in Peradeniya give you another way to enjoy the area. Spread across a large space, the gardens feature more than 4,000 plant species. Above the hills, the Bahiravokanda Vihara Buddha statue rises high over Kandy. 35. Lombok, Indonesia. Lombok is an island in Indonesia's West Nusa Tenggara province. At the center of the island stands Mount Rinjani, a massive volcano that shapes much of the area. It's the second highest volcano in Indonesia, and reaching its summit is one of the most popular challenges on the island. Not far from the mainland, the Gili Islands add another experience to your trip. Gili Trawangan is the busiest, filled with a lively atmosphere. Gili Meno is smaller and much quieter, making it a favorite for couples who want privacy. Gili Air gives you a balance between the two, offering calm beaches. Around all three islands, the clear water makes snorkeling and diving the main attractions. Near Gili Meno, you can swim around an underwater sculpture site called The Nest, where statues have become part of the reef. When you travel south, the coastline around Kuta is known for its wide beaches and strong surf. Waves here are popular with surfers at every skill level, and the long stretches of white sand make the area just as appealing if you prefer to relax by the shore. Inland, the highlands of Lombok are filled with waterfalls and surrounded by thick forest. La Sendangile, which is easy to reach and flows over 2 tiers into a cool pool where you can swim. A short walk further brings you to Tiu Kelep, a taller and more powerful waterfall that ends in a wide pool at its base. 34. Cochin, India. Cochin, also known as Kochi, is a major port city in the southwest coast of India. Often called the Queen of the Arabian Sea, it's a place where you can explore historic quarters and sandy beaches all within the same trip. Fort Kochi is one of the city's main highlights. This historic area reflects the colonial influences that shaped much of the region. Along the shoreline, the Chinese fishing nets stretch into the water, and watching fishermen work these large wooden frames is an experience that stands out. A short walk away, the Matansheri Palace, often referred to as the Dutch Palace, displays colorful murals from Hindu mythology and royal artifacts. Near the palace, the Paradesi Synagogue remains one of the oldest active synagogues in the Commonwealth. Its chandeliers from Belgium and hand-painted tiles from China make the interior striking, while the surrounding Jew town adds to the experience. Here, narrow cobblestone streets guide you past spice markets, antique shops, and small boutiques. Not far from this area, St. Francis Church offers another piece of history. Built by the Portuguese in 1503, it's the oldest European church in India. Nearby, the Santa Cruz Cathedral Basilica draws attention with its Gothic design, painted ceilings, and stained glass windows. To see more of the city's heritage, the Hill Palace Museum in Tripunitura is worth the visit. Once the administrative home of the Kochi Rajas, this large complex now holds artifacts and collections spread across dozens of traditional-style buildings. For a change of scenery, Chedai Beach is an easy drive from the city. Its wide shoreline and calm waves make it an ideal place to relax and enjoy the coast. 33. Tashkent, Uzbekistan. Tashkent, the capital and largest city of Uzbekistan, is located in the northeastern part of the country. Canals from the Chichik River cut through the city, giving it a steady flow of life while connecting different areas together. A good place to start is Chorsu Bazaar. This market has been active for centuries and today sits inside a massive turquoise dome built during the Soviet era. Inside, rows of merchants sell everything from spices and fresh produce to fabrics and handmade items. From the market, you can move underground to see the Tashkent Metro, known worldwide for its design. Each station is decorated with its own theme and artwork. At Kosmonautar Station, you see futuristic blue colors with portraits of cosmonauts, while Alisher Naboy Station has dome-shaped ceilings filled with poetic details. Not far away, the Kast Imam Complex, the religious center of Tashkent, gives you a more peaceful setting. Also, walking through the Telya Sheikh Mosque and the Barak Khan Madrasa shows you how history and faith continue to shape the city. Independence Square, a national symbol that represents Uzbekistan's freedom from Soviet rule, is another important stop. Here, you can walk past fountains and monuments before reaching the Crying Mother Monument, which honors Uzbek soldiers who died in World War II. A short distance away, Amir Timur Square adds another piece to the story. At the center is a large equestrian statue of Amir Timur, a figure who played a major role in the region's history. Around the square are landmarks such as the Hotel Uzbekistan, the Law University, and the Amir Timur Museum. 32. Kigali, Rwanda. Kigali is the capital and largest city of Rwanda, resting in the geographical center of the country. Known as the Land of a Thousand Hills, it spreads across rolling ridges and valleys. One place that carries deep meaning is the Kigali Genocide Museum. It documents the events of 1994, sharing personal stories and artifacts alongside the remains of over 250,000 victims laid to rest here. After experiencing the memorial, you can move into the energy of Kimironko Market. This is Kigali's largest market, filled with stalls that stretch in every direction. From there, you can explore the Nyamirambo Women's Center. This nonprofit organization focuses on empowering women through education and training. Art also plays a major role in Kigali, and the Inima Art Center gives you a chance to see it up close. Created by two brothers, the center highlights both emerging and established Rwandan artists. As you walk through the galleries, you can appreciate the range of creativity and even watch artists as they work. When you want a broader view of the city, Mount Kigali offers a refreshing escape. By hiking or driving to the top, you can take in views of Kigali and the surrounding hills. 31. Santiago de Cuba, Cuba. Santiago de Cuba is the second largest city in Cuba. The city has a striking setting and a strong connection to Cuban history. One of the most impressive sites is Castillo de San Pedro de la Roca, also known as El Morro. Built in the 1600s to protect against pirate attacks, the fortress is now recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Inside the fortress, you learn about the city's colonial years. Moving toward the center of the city, Parque Céspedes shows you the heart of Santiago. The square is lined with historic landmarks, including the Catedral de Nuestra Señora de la Asunción, the Casa de Diego Velázquez, and the Ayuntamiento, or City Hall. Another important stop is Cementerio Santa Ifigenia. This cemetery is known as the final resting place of some of Cuba's most notable figures. When the day turns to night, La Casa de la Trova draws you in with music. This world-famous venue is dedicated to traditional Cuban rhythms, especially son. Inside, local musicians fill the room with energy through live performances. 30. Zanzibar, Tanzania. Zanzibar is a group of islands in the Indian Ocean, part of Tanzania, but with its own identity. The main island is called Unguja, though most people just call it Zanzibar. Stone Town is often the starting point, the oldest part of Zanzibar city. Walking through its narrow alleys, you see carved wooden doors and buildings shaped by Swahili, Arabic, Indian, and European influences. A guided tour brings you to landmarks like the Old Fort, the House of Wonders, and the Old Dispensary. Darajani Market fills with fresh food and spices during the day. And in the evening, Forodani Gardens has a night market where you can try local street food. A short boat ride from Stone Town takes you to Prison Island, also called Canggu. This small island is home to Aldabra giant tortoises, which you can feed and watch up close. Moving to the northeast coast, Mnemba Atoll is one of the best places for snorkeling and diving. The coral reefs are full of life, and the water is clear, making it easy to spot colorful fish and other marine animals. On land, Jozani Forest gives you a chance to see something different. It's the only remaining natural forest on the island, and the home of the endangered red colobus monkey, found only in Zanzibar. The beaches of Zanzibar are another reason many people come to the island. Nungwi and Kendwa at the northern tip are known for calm waters and a lively setting that makes them good for swimming. On the southeast coast, Paje draws kite surfers with its steady winds and shallow waters. Matemwe on the northeast side is quieter and offers snorkeling and diving just offshore. 29. Lusaka, Zambia. Lusaka, the capital and largest city of Zambia, is located in the south-central part of the country. Lusaka National Park is one of the easiest places to start. As Zambia's newest and smallest park, it makes a convenient day trip where you can see animals without traveling far from the city. A short distance away, Chaminuka Game Reserve offers a broader experience. Along with game drives, you can also take part in cultural tours. In the city center, the Lusaka National Museum gives you insight into Zambia's history, culture, and archaeology. Moving from exhibits to a more interactive setting, Kabwata Cultural Village offers a look at traditional arts and crafts. The thatched roof huts serve as workshops where you can watch artisans at work and purchase handmade pieces. Kalimba Reptile Park provides a chance to see snakes, lizards, and crocodiles in a peaceful garden setting. On the edge of the city, the Lailayi Elephant Nursery cares for orphaned baby elephants until they're ready to return to the wild. 28. Asunción, Paraguay. Asunción, the capital of Paraguay, combines historic landmarks with relaxing outdoor areas. The Palacio de López is one of the most striking sights in the city. Built in the neoclassical style, this palace today serves as the seat of government. Not far from it, the National Pantheon of Heroes holds great importance as a national monument and mausoleum. Inside, you see tributes to Paraguay's heroes. A short walk away, the Casa de la Independencia takes you deeper into the country's past. While it looks like a modest colonial home, it played a major role in Paraguay's independence. If you want to continue learning about Paraguayan culture, the Museo del Barro is another highlight. Here you can explore a wide range of art from clay pieces to modern works. Moving towards the river, the Costanera de Asunción gives you a relaxing space to enjoy the outdoors. When you're ready to see more of nature, the Jardín Botánico y Zoológico offers a large green space on the edge of the city, combining a botanical garden and zoo. 27. Galle, Sri Lanka. Galle is a historic coastal city on the southwestern tip of Sri Lanka. The city is known for its famous Galle Fort, built by the Portuguese in the 1500s. On the edge of the fort, the White Galle Lighthouse rises above the water. Since the 1930s, it has guided ships safely to shore. Not far from the lighthouse is the Dutch Reformed Church, also called the Grote Kerk. Inside, you notice its detailed design, with the pulpit carved from a single block of wood as the centerpiece. If you want to learn more about the city's past, Galle's museums gives you that chance. The National Maritime Museum, housed in an old Dutch warehouse, shares maps, ship models, and trade relics. At the National Museum of Galle, you see masks, tools, and artifacts from the colonial period. As you walk to the southern edge of the fort, you reach Flag Rock Bastion. In the past, this lookout point was used to signal approaching ships by raising flags. Now, it's become a popular place to pause and take in the view of the waves hitting the rocks below. 26. Tirana, Albania. Tirana, the capital of Albania, is the largest city in the country, making it a place where history and modern life are closely connected. Your time in the city often begins at Skanderberg Square, named after Albania's national hero, whose statue stands tall at its center. Around the square are several important buildings, giving you a sense of the city's energy. One of the highlights here is the Ethem Bey Mosque, a landmark from the 18th century. The mosque is known for its detailed frescoes, which show natural scenes on both the outside and inside walls. Not far from the square, you can explore the Bunk Art Museums. These two underground sites were once communist-era bunkers and now share Albania's history under the rule of Enver Hoxha. Bunk Art 2 is located near the square, while Bunk Art 1 is larger and found on the edge of the city. As you move through the tunnels, you see exhibits on the military, the secret police, and the lives of everyday people during that time. To see a different side of Tirana, the Daiti Express cable car takes you above the city. The 20-minute ride up Mount Daiti is calm and scenic, and once you reach the top, you can walk through the forest trails, or in the center, the Pyramid of Tirana shows how the city has transformed its past. Built as a museum for Enver Hoxha, the concrete structure was left abandoned for years. Today, it's been turned into a youth and cultural space. When you want a break from the city center, the Grand Park of Tirana gives you open space and fresh air. The park stretches around a large artificial lake and has wide paths for walking and biking. 25. Baku, Azerbaijan. Baku, the capital of Azerbaijan, creates a place where you can explore both historic landmarks and new architectural icons. The Old City, also known as Ishiri Sheher, is a good place to begin. At the center stands the Maiden Tower, a 12th century monument that's become one of Baku's symbols. Climbing to the Old City is the Palace of the Shivarshans. Built in the 15th century, it once served as the seat of Azerbaijan's ruling dynasty. Moving into the modern part of Baku, the flame towers rise above everything else dominating the skyline. Another landmark is the Heydar Aliyev Center, with the building's flowing lines making it one of the most recognizable sites in the city. Inside, you can explore exhibits dedicated to Azerbaijan's past. When you want to relax, Baku Boulevard, also called Seaside National Park, stretches for miles along the Caspian Sea. Mini Venice, with its small canals and gondolas, adds something different to the area. To experience local traditions, the Azerbaijan National Carpet Museum is worth your time. The building itself looks like a rolled-up carpet, and inside, you'll find collections from different regions of the country. 24. Thessaloniki, Greece. Thessaloniki, also called Salonika, is the second largest city in Greece, located in the northern part of the country. One of the city's most recognizable landmarks is the White Tower near the waterfront. Built by the Ottomans as a fortress and later used as a prison, it now serves as a museum. The highlight is climbing to the top, where you can take in wide views of the city. Not far away, the Ark of Galerius and as reminders of Thessaloniki's Roman period. A short walk brings you to the Rotunda, a massive circular structure first designed as Galerius's mausoleum. Over time, it became a church and later a mosque, and today it remains one of the best preserved Roman buildings in Greece. When you want to slow down, Aristoteles Square is the place to pause. Cafes and shops line the area, making it an easy spot to sit and take in the energy of the city around you. The Museum of Byzantine Culture adds another layer to your visit. Its galleries walk you through centuries of Byzantine art, architecture, and traditions, and the museum highlights the city's influence in shaping the empire's culture. The Church of Agios Dimitrios also connects you to the city's past. Inside, the church is filled with important details, but the crypt below reveals even more. Keeping uphill, Anopoli, or the Upper Town, offers a different atmosphere. This old quarter is filled with narrow cobblestone streets and traditional houses. Walking here gives you a sense of the city's earlier times. 23. Gdańsk, Poland. Gdańsk, on the Baltic coast of northern Poland, is a city shaped by centuries of change. The Museum of the Second World War is one of the most striking places you can experience here. The main exhibition is set deep underground, with tanks, recreated streets, and original letters from the war. Nearby, the European Solidarity Center brings you into a different chapter of Poland's past. Located in the historic shipyards, this museum highlights the solidarity movement that fought for freedom from communist rule. Not far away, the main town hall stands out with its Gothic Renaissance design. From there, you can move toward Mariaka Street, a cobblestone pedestrian lane lined with historic houses. The decorated facades and unique portals catch your attention as you walk along. Close by, St. Mary's Church rises above the city as one of the largest brick churches in the world. Inside, the tall Gothic vaults, the astronomical clock, and a collection of art from different eras fill the space. To connect it all, the Royal Way offers a walk through the center of the city. The route includes landmarks like Neptune's Fountain, and Artist Court shows another side of Gdańsk. 22. Sucre, Bolivia. Sucre, located in the southern part of Bolivia's Central Highlands, is known for its colonial charm and historical landmarks. At the center of Sucre, Plaza 25 de Mayo serves as the main square. Around it stand the cathedral and the Casa de la Libertad. A short walk away, the Convento de San Felipe de Neri offers a change of pace. The highlight is the rooftop, where you can look out over Sucre's white buildings and red rooftops. Moving uphill, La Recoleta Monastery gives you another chance to take in the view. Built in the same period, it provides one of the best lookouts across Sucre. Parque Cretácico takes you back millions of years. The park is home to the world's largest collection of preserved dinosaur footprints. A guided tour brings you close to the limestone wall, where thousands of tracks cover the surface. 2. Hoi An, Vietnam. Hoi An, on Vietnam's central coast, is a UNESCO World Heritage Site known for its ancient town. The Japanese covered bridge is one of the most recognized landmarks in Hoi An. A short walk from here brings you to the night market on Win Hoang Street, which comes alive after sunset. The market is filled with food stalls, handmade goods, and lights that make it a lively place to spend the evening. The Cam Tan Coconut Forest provides a different experience. Here, you can ride in traditional round basket boats through palm-covered waterways. 20. Puebla, Mexico. Puebla, officially called Puebla de Zaragoza, is a city in east-central Mexico. The historic center is where much of your time will be spent with its colorful facades, cobblestone streets, and a lively main square known as the Zócalo. The square is a natural gathering place where people relax and take in the energy of the city. Facing the square is the Puebla Cathedral, a Baroque-style landmark with the tallest twin bell towers in Mexico. Inside, the details stand out, from the ground octagonal altar to the many chapels that line its interior. A short walk brings you to the Church of Santo Domingo. On the outside, it looks simple, but inside it holds one of Puebla's treasures. The Rosary Chapel, known as the Capilla del Rosario, is covered in gold and filled with fine details that show the craftsmanship of the time. From here, you can head to the Biblioteca Palafoxiana, Built in 1646, it's recognized as the oldest public library in the Americas. With thousands of books and manuscripts, it is a place where you connect directly with history. Not far away, Museo Amparo gives you another way to experience Puebla. Inside two restored colonial buildings, the museum houses an impressive collection of art and artifacts from pre-Hispanic times through the colonial period. 19. Lagos, Nigeria. Lagos, a state in southwestern Nigeria, is full of places that show you both its energy and its history all within the same region. Lekki Conservation Center gives you a chance to experience the natural side of Lagos. A wooden boardwalk leads you through mangroves surrounded by calm water and tall trees. From there, you can move into the creative heart of the city at Nike Art Gallery. Inside this 4-story building, the walls are filled with paintings, sculptures, and textiles made by artists from across Nigeria. Badagry offers a different kind of experience. This coastal town played an important role during the transatlantic slave trade. Balogun Market shows another side of daily life. The market stretches across busy streets filled with fabrics, clothing, and accessories stacked high in every direction. Freedom Park brings together history and the arts in a single space. Once a colonial prison, it has been turned into a memorial and cultural center. Today, you can walk through its grounds, see art displays, and enjoy events that highlight Nigeria's heritage. 18. Arequipa, Peru. Arequipa, in southern Peru, rests in a fertile valley of the Andes Mountains. The city is often called the White City because many of its colonial buildings are built from silar, a white volcanic stone. The Plaza de Armas is the best starting point. This wide square is surrounded by graceful arches and historic buildings. The Basilica Cathedral stretches across one side and is one of the city's most important landmarks. From there, you can head to the Monasterio de Santa Catalina. This large convent feels like a small city with its own streets, courtyards, and plazas. Outside the city, Colca Canyon is one of the deepest canyons in the world. Here, many people take a trek to explore the area. Back in Arequipa, the Museo Santuarios Andinos displays Juanita, the Inca Ice Maiden. Alongside her, the museum displays artifacts that explain Inca traditions and beliefs. 17. Marrakesh, Morocco. Marrakesh, known as the Red City, is one of Morocco's 4 imperial cities. The city has 2 main parts. The Medina is the old walled section filled with narrow alleys and centuries of history, while districts of Guilez and Hivernage show the modern side with wide streets. At the heart of the Medina, El Jama El Fna is the city's main square. In the morning, juice stands and small vendors set up their stalls. Later in the day, performers, musicians, and storytellers fill the space. Not far from the Medina, Bahia Palace highlights the skill of Moroccan craftsmanship. Built in the 19th century, it holds more than 150 rooms, along with gardens and courtyards. If you want a quieter setting, Jardin Majorelle offers a calm space away from the busy streets. Designed by French painter Jacques Majorelle and later restored by Yves Saint Laurent, the garden features exotic plants, shaded paths, and water features. Looking across the skyline, the Koutoubia Mosque stands out with its 12th century minaret. This is the largest mosque in Marrakesh and serves as a landmark throughout the city. 16. Skopje, North Macedonia. Skopje, the capital of North Macedonia, combines history with modern city life. At the center is Macedonia Square, the largest square in the country and a lively place to start. Here, you see statues and fountains, including the well-known Warrior on a Horse monument that dominates the space. Here, you can stop at the Mustafa Pasha Mosque or visit the Daoud Pasha Hammam, which now serves as an art gallery. Looking up, the Kale Forest stands on a hill above the city. The walk to the top leads you through ancient walls and ruins, and the wide view over Skopje makes it one of the most rewarding spots in town. If you want to go even higher, Mount Vodno is nearby. At its peak stands the Millennium Cross, which is visible from almost anywhere in Skopje. A short drive from the city brings you to Maka Canyon. Here, steep cliffs rise over the Treska River. You can walk along the trails or take a boat to explore caves hidden in the canyon walls. Among them is Vrelo Cave, considered one of the deepest underwater caves in the world. 15. Medellin, Colombia. Medellin is the second largest city in Colombia, surrounded by the Andes Mountains in the northwest of South America. Comuna 13 was once marked by violence, but today it stands as a symbol of change. The walls are covered with colorful street art and murals that share stories of the past and present. Nearby, Plaza Botero is an open-air display of bronze sculptures by Colombian artist Fernando Botero. His well-known oversized figures give the square a unique character. Right beside the plaza is the Museo de Antioquia, where you can see more of Botero's work, along with an extensive collection of Colombian art. Not too far, the Jardín Botánico is a large park that features tropical plants, an orchid collection, and a butterfly house. The metro cable system connects Medellin's neighborhoods while giving you wide views of the valley and mountains. One of the best routes takes you to Parque Arvi, a large ecological reserve where you can hike and explore the quiet forested hills. Closer by, Pueblito Paisa is located on Nutibara Hill. Built as a small replica of a traditional Antioquian village, it features cobblestone streets, a chapel, and local shops. Also, the Museo Casa de la Memoria focuses on Colombia's history of conflict and the challenges Medellin faced. 14. Montevideo, Uruguay. Montevideo is the capital and largest city of Uruguay. The old city, known as Ciudad Vieja, is a good place to start. Walking through the cobblestone streets, you'll notice colonial buildings mixed with art galleries, boutiques, and small cafes. Not far from there, Plaza Independencia stands as the main square of the city, surrounded by striking buildings. Palacio Salvo rises high above the square, while the neoclassical Solis Theater adds a graceful touch. Moving toward the coast, La Rambla gives you a long promenade that stretches nearly 14 miles along the shoreline. Along the route, beaches like Playa Ramirez and Playa de los Porcitos offer wide sandy spaces where you can take a break. A short walk away, Teatro Solis adds more to the city's character. This is Uruguay's oldest and most well-known theater, and guided tours take you inside to learn about its history. Another key stop is the Palacio Legislativo, where Uruguay's parliament meets. The building is striking both inside and out, with more than 20 types of marble used in its construction. 13. Yogyakarta, Indonesia. Yogyakarta, often called Yogya, is a special district in south-central Java, Indonesia. Borobudur Temple is one of the most important sights to see. The temple was designed as a stepped pyramid with 9 platforms, and every level is covered in carved stone panels and Buddha statues. Prambanan Temple is the largest Hindu temple complex in Indonesia. Its tall towers rise above the grounds, and the carvings on the walls tell the story of the Ramayana epic. The Kraton, or Sultan's Palace, is at the center of Yogyakarta's traditions. Inside, you can see large halls, courtyards, and pavilions that highlight Javanese design. Taman Sari, also called the Water Castle, was once a royal retreat. The site includes bathing pools and Sumur Gumuling, an underground mosque with a circular design in 5 connecting paths. Jalan Malioboro is the main street of Yogyakarta. Shops and stalls here offer batik, handmade crafts, and souvenirs. Food vendors serve local favorites such as gudeg, a sweet jackfruit stew, and bakpia, a pastry filled with sweet flavors. 12. Quito, Ecuador. Quito, formerly known as San Francisco de Quito, is the capital of Ecuador. The historic center is a good place to start, filled with cobblestone streets and colonial buildings. Plaza Grande, also called Independence Square, is the main square. Around it, you'll see the Presidential Palace, the Metropolitan Cathedral, and the Archbishop's Palace. Not far away, La Compañía de Jesus shows another side of Quito's past. Inside, you'll see walls and ceilings covered in gold leaf with detailed carvings. From there, the Basílica del Voto Nacional offers a completely different design. This neo-Gothic basilica is one of the city's landmarks, decorated with gargoyles shaped like animals native to Ecuador. Another place that gives you a full view of Quito is El Panecillo. This hill rises above the historic center and is crowned with a large winged statue of the Virgin of Quito. Just outside Quito, you'll find the Mitad del Mundo monument. This complex marks the location of the equator, where you can stand with one foot in each hemisphere. 11. Sofia, Bulgaria. Sofia is the capital and largest city of Bulgaria. One of the most well-known landmarks in Sofia is the St. Alexander Nevsky Cathedral. Inside, the cathedral is filled with detailed murals, mosaics, and religious icons. From there, you can move to the center of the city along Vitosha Boulevard. This pedestrian street is lined with shops and restaurants, making it an easy place to spend time. On the outskirts of Sofia, Bojana Church gives you a look into Bulgaria's medieval past. Over 200 figures are painted across its walls, creating a detailed record of religious art from that time. Back in the city center, the Ivan Vazoi National Theater stands as another landmark worth seeing. Its neoclassical design makes it one of the most striking buildings in Sofia. You can also explore Sofia's ancient past at the Serdica Archaeological Complex. The ruins sit in the heart of the city and show the remains of the old Roman settlement once called Serdica. 10. Bucharest, Romania. Bucharest, the capital and largest city of Romania, is located in the southeastern part of the country. The Palace of the Parliament stands as one of the city's most famous landmarks. It's the second largest administrative building in the world, and its size alone makes it impressive. Not far away, the Old Town, also called Lipscani, shows you a very different side of the city. The cobblestone streets wind between churches, museums, and colorful buildings. As you continue, Carturesti Carousel captures your attention. This 6-story bookstore, set inside a restored 19th century building, is known for its bright white interior, curved staircases, and natural light that fills the space. Heading north, Herestral Park, also called King Michael I Park, offers a large green space surrounding a lake. Within the park, the village museum gives you a closer look at traditional Romanian life. Bucharest also has quieter corners waiting to be found. In the Old Town, Pasaiul Macavillacros is a U-shaped covered passage filled with cafes. A short trip outside the center brings you to Terme Bucharest, one of the largest spa and wellness centers in Europe. Back in the city, Gradina Eden creates another type of escape. This garden has a wild green feel that makes it a peaceful place to spend time. Street art adds color to Bucharest as well. Strada Arthur Verona is known for its murals, with walls covered in detailed artwork. For something even more modern, the Mina Museum of Immersive New Art is located in a former computer factory that has been turned into a digital art center. Its installations use light, sound, and technology to create a unique experience. 9. Oaxaca, Mexico. Oaxaca, officially the free and sovereign state of Oaxaca, is in the southwestern part of Mexico. Monte Alban is one of the most important sites to explore. Walking through the pyramids, ball court, and ceremonial platforms gives you a sense of how advanced the Zapotec and Mixtec cultures were. From here, Oaxaca City offers a different perspective. The Templo de Santo Domingo de Guzman is a landmark that stands out with its detailed Baroque design. Inside, the gold-covered decor feels striking, while next door, the Museo de las Culturas de Oaxaca shows artifacts that bring the state's history to life. If you want a quieter escape, San Jose del Pacifico provides cool weather, mountain views, and trails through the forest. Once you reach the shore, the Ventanilla Lagoon and Wildlife Sanctuary offers boat tours through mangroves, where you can see crocodiles, turtles, and many bird species. The beaches in Oaxaca also give you a range of experiences. Puerto Angel is a small fishing village with calm waters ideal for swimming and snorkeling. Playa Mermejita is wide and secluded, with strong waves and a quiet atmosphere. Playa San Agustinillo has a more relaxed setting, where you can spend time by the water. Another unique natural site is Hierve el Agua. The cliffs here look like frozen waterfalls, but they're formed by mineral deposits from spring water. At the top, pools of water let you swim while overlooking the mountains. 8. Kathmandu, Nepal. Kathmandu, the capital of Nepal, sits in a wide valley surrounded by green hills, with the Himalayas rising in the distance. At the center of the old city, Kathmandu Dubor Square shows you what royal life once looked like. The courtyards, temples, and palaces still stand as reminders of the kings who lived here. Not far away, Pashupatinath Temple shows another side of Kathmandu. Along the Bagmati River, cremation ceremonies take place, and in the evening, the Aarti fills the air with chanting and firelight. Moving into the Buddhist tradition, Buddhanath Stupa stands out with its giant white dome and golden spire. Back in Kathmandu, Tamil gives you a lively and busy setting. When the noise becomes too much, the Garden of Dreams offers a quiet space with shaded paths, fountains, and benches. On a hill outside the city, Kopan Monastery offers a very different mood. The monastery is a center for learning and meditation. If you want a view of the valley from above, the Chandragiri cable car is an exciting way to get there. On clear days, the snow-covered peaks of the Himalayas appear sharp in the distance. When you want to leave the busy streets behind, Shivapuri Nagarjun National Park is close enough for a day trip. Whether you take a short hike or a longer trek, the park shows you the natural side of the valley. 7. Chiang Mai, Thailand. Chiang Mai, located in the mountains of northern Thailand, is a city where old traditions and natural beauty come together. Outside the city, Doi Inthanon National Park, known as the Roof of Thailand, is home to the country's tallest peak. Trails like Gyu Mai Pan lead you through forests filled with unique plants and animals. Meanwhile, waterfalls such as Mai Klang and Wachiratan are easy to reach and powerful to see. Chiang Mai is also home to several ethical elephant sanctuaries. These centers focus on the well-being of the animals, allowing you to spend time with them in their natural setting. In the old city, Wat Chedi Luang shows another side of Chiang Mai's history. Elephant carvings surround its base, and nearby you can see the city pillar and the Three Kings Monument. When evening arrives, Chiang Mai's markets bring a different kind of energy. Night bazaars and walking streets filled with stalls offering handicrafts, clothing, and art. The smell of food is everywhere, and dishes like khao soi, a rich noodle curry, are easy to find. If you're seeking quieter places, Wat Palat is one of the most peaceful temples near the city. Hidden along the Monkey's Trail to Doi Suthep, this temple feels surrounded by forest. About an hour away, the Buatong sticky waterfalls offer a unique experience. The rocks are coated with minerals that create a natural grip, making it possible to climb up and down the falls without slipping. Closer to the city, Wai Tong Tao Lake is a good place to rest. Bamboo huts line the edge of the water, giving you a shaded spot to sit and look out at the mountains. Wat Umong gives you something different with its underground meditation tunnels. The tunnels are filled with Buddha statues and connect to the grounds of a forest temple. In the hills outside Chiang Mai, Mai Kampong village provides a cooler climate and slower pace of life. Wooden houses line the narrow paths, and the air feels fresh compared to the city. 6. Córdoba, Argentina. Córdoba sits in the center of Argentina, the second largest city in the country. Walking through its streets, you'll notice how colonial buildings and modern structures sit side by side. The Jesuit block is one of the most important landmarks. Here, the Church of the Society of Jesus stands out with its vaulted ceiling shaped like an upside-down ship. Around it, you find the National University of Córdoba, the oldest university in the country. Close by, the Córdoba Cathedral shows how much time can shape a single building. The inside is filled with golden ceilings and frescoes that make the space as impressive as its exterior. Beyond these well-known sites, Córdoba also has places that are less visible, but just as meaningful. The Jesuit crypt, built in the 18th century, lies hidden beneath the city. Entering through a small doorway, you find yourself in a quiet underground space. If you're interested in extending your journey into the past, the Jesuit ranches provide more context to the story of the Jesuits. Estancia Altagracia and Estancia de Jesús María are two of the most notable examples. Further into the mountains, La Cumbrecita offers a different type of experience. This pedestrian-only village was founded by German settlers and carries a distinct alpine character lined with wooden houses. 5. Belgrade, Serbia. Belgrade, also called Beograd, is the capital and largest city of Serbia. As you move around the city, you'll notice how old and new places connect in ways that make it easy to keep exploring. The Belgrade Fortress is one of the city's most important landmarks. Walking along its stone walls gives you wide views of both rivers below. Inside, you can visit the military museum, stop by Ruzica Church with its unique chandeliers made from spent bullet casings, and explore Kalemegdan Park. From there, the Church of Saint Sava stands out on the skyline. It's one of the largest Orthodox churches in the world. When open, the inside shows detailed mosaics that are still being completed, along with services that bring the space to life. Moving toward the center, Knez Mihailova Street connects Republic Square to the fortress. This pedestrian street is lined with cafes, shops, and 19th century buildings. Not far from there, Skardalia has a different atmosphere. Known as the Bohemian Quarter, this cobblestone street has long been connected with writers and artists. The Nikola Tesla Museum adds another layer to the city. Inside, you can see interactive exhibits about his inventions and learn how his ideas shape technology. During the summer months, Ada Ciganlia is a popular spot. Often called Belgrade Sea, this river island turned peninsula is filled with places to swim and play sports. When you want something quieter, the Jevremovac Botanical Garden provides a peaceful break. Located in the center, it has shaded paths and over 1,000 plant species. 4. La Paz, Bolivia. La Paz, the administrative capital of Bolivia, rests in a deep canyon in the west-central part of the country. At more than 10,000 feet above sea level, it's the highest national capital in the world. One of the best ways to see La Paz is by riding Mi Teleférico, the cable car system that links neighborhoods of high above the ground. A short walk takes you to Calle Jaén, one of the most well-preserved colonial streets in La Paz, with its cobblestones and colorful houses giving the street a different atmosphere. Not far from the city, Moon Valley shows you another side of nature. The wind and rain shaped its clay and sandstone into unusual towers and ridges. Back in the center of La Paz, Plaza Murillo stands as the political core, A few blocks away, the Basilica de San Francisco stands as one of the city's most recognized landmarks. If you want to learn about earlier civilizations, the Tiwanaku ruins are only a day trip from the city. The Gateway of the Sun and the Acapana Pyramid are two of its most striking structures. For hiking, the Valley of the Souls lies on the edge of the city, with its spires and cliffs stretching in every direction. Another excellent viewpoint is Mirador Kilikiri, where you get one of the best panoramic looks of the city from above. Outside La Paz, the hike to Muela del Diablo, or the Devil's Tooth, challenges you with steep paths. The rocky peak at the top rewards you with wide views across the surrounding mountains. In contrast, the Chuayuma neighborhood draws your attention with its colorful murals spreading across walls and houses. Even the cemetery in La Paz offers something different. The Cementerio General is filled with elaborate mausoleums and unique architecture. 3. Hanoi, Vietnam. Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam, is in the northern part of the country. The old quarter is where much of the city's character comes alive, with its narrow streets that have stood for nearly 2,000 years. Walking through the lanes, you see shops, vendors, and families carrying on routines that have continued for generations. Close by, Hoan Kiem Lake offers a quieter setting. Known as the Lake of the Restored Sword, it's linked to an old legend that remains important to Vietnamese culture. From there, you can make your way toward the Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum. This is where Ho Chi Minh, the country's revolutionary leader, rests. Around the site, you can also walk through the presidential palace, the stilt house where he lived, and the one-pillar pagoda. The Temple of Literature gives you another side of Hanoi's past. Built in 1070, it was first a Confucian temple and later became Vietnam's first university. Hanoi also keeps alive traditions of art and performance. The Thang Long Water Puppet Theater is one of the best examples with this form of puppetry going back more than 1,000 years. The stage is water, and behind a screen, performers use long rods to make the puppets move across the surface. Another place tied to the past is the Hua Lo Prison Museum. It was first used by French colonists to hold political prisoners, then later by North Vietnam during the war. Walking through its exhibits, you learn about the difficult conditions people faced in the prison. Hanoi also has hidden places that stand out, like Train Street, being one of the most striking. Here, a train runs through a narrow alley only inches away from houses and cafes. Before leaving the city, you should also try its most famous drink, egg coffee. Made with egg yolk, sugar, condensed milk, and strong Robusta coffee, it is creamy and rich. Cafes such as Yang Cafe and Din Cafe are well known for serving it. 2. Sarajevo, Bosnia and Herzegovina. Sarajevo, the capital of Bosnia and Herzegovina, stretches across a valley with homes rising up the surrounding hills. A good place to begin is Basharcia, the Old Town. This part of Sarajevo has narrow cobblestone alleys filled with shops and cafes. Meanwhile, nearby restaurants offer well-known local foods such as cevapi and burek. At the center, the Sebil Fountain stands out as one of the most recognizable symbols of the city. Not far away, the Latin Bridge crosses the Miljacka River. The Sarajevo Museum, 1878 to 1918, is nearby and gives you a closer look at that period. To understand Sarajevo's most recent history, you can visit the Tunnel of Hope. During the siege in the 1990s, this underground passage kept the city connected to the outside world. If you're seeking a wide view of Sarajevo, the Yellow Fortress is the place to go. The short climb leads to an overlook where the entire city stretches out below you. Sarajevo also has places that feel unexpected, like taking the Trebević cable car up the mountain, giving you a view of the valley as you rise toward the site of the 1984 Winter Olympics. Back in the city, the War Childhood Museum focuses on the personal stories of children who grew up during the war. Each display pairs an everyday object with a memory, making the impact of conflict more personal and direct. If you want a change of pace, Vrelo Bosne is a natural escape at the source of the Bosna River. Shaded paths wind along streams and small waterfalls, making the area feel peaceful. Sarajevo also shows its modern side with the Avaz Twist Tower, the tallest building in the city. An elevator takes you to the 35th floor, where an observation deck gives you a high open view. 1. Tbilisi, Georgia. Tbilisi, the capital of Georgia, sits in the eastern part of the country, offering a city filled with both old traditions and modern sights. The Old Town is a good place to start, with its cobblestone streets winding through houses, with wooden balconies painted in bright colors. The Leaning Clock Tower near the Rezo Gabriadze Marionette Theater is one of the highlights here. High above the city, Narikala Fortress stretches across a steep hill. Built in the 4th century, it has guarded Tbilisi for generations. Nearby stands the Mother of Georgia, a 30-meter aluminum statue holding a sword in one hand and a bowl of wine in the other, representing both strength and hospitality. Moving back toward the river, the Bridge of Peace stands out with its modern design of glass and steel. During the day, it's a pleasant crossing with views of the Kora River. At night, thousands of LED lights brighten the bridge in shifting patterns. From here, you can also see the golden dome of the Holy Trinity Cathedral, also called Sameba Cathedral. It is one of the largest Orthodox churches in the world. Just outside the city center, the Chronicles of Georgia monument rises above the hillside. The large stone pillars show scenes from Georgian history and stories of Christianity. Back in the Old Town, Gallery 27, also known as Kaleidoscope House, looks plain from the street but reveals something special inside. Its stained glass windows fill the spiral staircase with color, giving you a close look at the city's Art Nouveau style. If you're looking for any tips to enhance your own personal travel and help you manage your travel budget more effectively, click the link in the description. And remember to like and subscribe to help our channel grow.